What is up, my duelists? This is your duel master king over here, Omar.
And this is the king of games, Robbie.
And this is David.
And this is Josh.
And I need you guys to obelisk the like button. I need you to slide for the comment section. And I need you to win Dragon of Raw, the subscribe button. And also, very important, obliterate the notification bell. And if you want, like always, there's going to be timestamps for your favorite arc of the series that you want to watch. So if you want to click onto your favorite shows, there's always there. And
or just shuffle it, just shuffle it like your deck.
yeah, shuffle through the shows and and let's just get straight into the duel.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's just jump into the animes. We have Komi Can't Communicate, episode 1.
Yeah, new show, Netflix.
Yes, the highly anticipated.
Thanks Netflix for making us wait like 3 weeks after this aired in Japan.
But hey, better late than never, right?
No, it should have been on time.
But yeah, it's finally here. The most anticipated, I think, of the new shows.
It is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it did not disappoint. I like to say, off of someone.
It's very hype. As someone who hasn't, read or didn't really know anything of Komi, watching this was like, it's pretty refreshing to see the humor, like,
yeah,
that it doesn't come, like, a lot of anime have like humor that comes from like, oh, the characters say something that's like a pop culture reference in Japan, and then that's the humor and stuff like that, and it kind of goes over your head. And it's not always super funny, but this one has very like physical humor. Like you'll just see her like get up and then turn into the little shy cat version of herself, and it's just funny because they make her out to be, oh, she's so attractive and beautiful, and then she's just like 2 eyes. That's it.
Yeah, like it plays like the whole like I'm the shy character, but like to the extreme, like how like, oh, she's trembling and stuff, and we've seen shy characters anime many times, but like this is like a whole new level, which is
This is like she cannot physically speak.
yeah.
This was
Like
the
she's
anime.
mute.
But back like a couple of years ago, this was the anime that me and David were talking about. That's like Senryu Girl. Senryu Girl at the time was like that, where it's like you got the shy mute girl.
Yeah, so Omar got a
right down.
taste of it a while back, in a way.
Yeah, you remember Senryu Girl,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That
I
was
do.
one of the shorts, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I like that show too. Anyways, but yes, back to Komi. Just like right off the bat, like visually amazing. Like the people that make Pokemon did a good job.
It's so smooth. Like
Yeah.
all the when she walks really fast in the first scene when she's walking away from him, that's like the smoothest walking animation I've ever seen in anime.
No,
Like
yeah.
it's amazing.
And like a lot of the camera works, like in the first episode alone, it's like, wow, this is amazing. Like especially like at the end where like they're showing all the characters, like all the movement and stuff. I'm like, dude, this is amazing. This is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
How do you guys like the characters?
I did.
At least the 2 characters.
Yeah, Komi and Tanano.
I don't know.
I like both of them. They both
Yeah.
have their charms. Like Tadano just wants to be like, just wants to get through high school, man. That's all he cares about. He doesn't care about standing out. He just wants to get through high school because he tried standing out and it was cringe. So he doesn't want to be a cringe lord anymore.
Yeah, but that obviously, being an anime, that's not gonna happen.
No, he's the center of attention because now he's with probably one of the most eccentric people in the whole school.
That everyone just truly admires. But like,
He's the Madonna of the school. Immediately, as soon as she walks in.
and I found it like endearing how like Komi's trying to like she's trying her best to like talk to people, but like she just can't. Like it's just like, oh, I can't do it. Like and she talks to like a little cat doll, and I was like, oh, that's adorable. So a lot of what Komi does is very adorable. It's just it just sucks that she can't communicate. She's like at some points mute. But that's a good thing that the whole chalkboard is there.
Yep.
The longest chalkboard I ever seen.
They covered that thing in just talking, man. It was far too much Japanese for me to handle.
Yeah, there'll be some points like it's daunting trying to read all that, so you have to like pause it and stuff. But I really enjoyed it. Like I really enjoyed like how both these characters are like communicating through the chalkboard, because it's cool. It's unique. It's different, and it's awesome, man.
Mhm.
All right. I guess your final thoughts in a way. Well,
Oh,
your
rating.
rating.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
For you and Josh.
let's give it a rating. The only reason it's just me and Josh because both Robbie and
I'm-
David.
I'm caught up.
We're passionate and
I'm caught up to the manga, so
Yeah.
you're not gonna be hearing too much out of
yeah,
us.
Yeah.
I'm pretty far in
they're
it
both
too.
they're both very excited for the anime just right off the bat, and
Yeah.
hopefully it does a good adaptation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all they could really ask for. But I guess for me, Josh,
Yeah.
first impressions. It blew me away actually. Just off the animations, the characters are very different. Like there's like that ninja guy. I was like, oh, what's this guy about? And like there's that pink haired girl, dude. I don't know. That was strange, and I can't wait to see it. Just how where they could take it in this route of them communicating to the chalkboard, or Komi finally speaking. I think that's the fun part about it.
Remember, their main goal they already established: make 100 friends.
Man, it's a good thing social media is a thing, right? Especially how cute Komi looks. I mean, that's easy.
No, real friends, not the
real
superficial kind. No.
I guess.
It's harder than you'd think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, that's
Good
true.
looks can only get you so far
Exactly.
Unless you're on
when you
Instagram.
literally can't speak to anyone.
No, yeah. But just off first impressions of rating wise, I give it an 8 as well. I gave a lot of 8s this season.
It's
but
a good season.
but it's well deserved, I think. And I think maybe the hype has factored it in a way, but I'm excited to see as well. So an 8 out of 10 for me. What about you, Josh?
For me, I thought it was great. Like honestly, I don't know anything about Komi. I was gonna read the manga a while back, but it's like 300 chapters, and that was really daunting as a kind of a new manga reader.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of avoided it. Well, not avoided, but I just kind of was like, nah, I'm not gonna read it.
Yeah.
It's
But
super-
no, I was extremely impressed by the animation. I was extremely impressed by the timing. Like the comedic timing was just on point. Like it made me laugh. Like I was
Yeah.
laughing
Oh yeah.
when I saw it. It was funny, and like the characters all look really cool. Komi's great so far. I like how they establish her character a lot in this first episode. Like not just a lot of animes would just be like, oh, she's the mute girl, make her kind of mysterious. But no, when she's writing on the chalkboard, she's pouring her feelings out
Yeah.
because she's like, oh my gosh, someone actually finally knows, like, is gonna listen to me, So you could see that she's really like upset by this and doesn't know how to overcome it and stuff like that. And I really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think it's great. I'm gonna give it 8.5.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Amazing.
And the thing that Omar said during the show that he told me is she talks a lot. She's really like an active talker.
She's a chatterbox.
her main issue is just she's just trying to
No,
convey what she wants
but
to
yeah,
say.
that's what Omar gave me. I was like, oh.
Like she talks a lot. It's just like she has the fear like most people like that are shy. Like, oh, what do I say after next? And that's very relatable.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay.
She's the type of person that would be like an amazing texter, but then like really like dry in person.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
Mhm.
very much so.
yeah, but that's the one thing Omar told me.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up. And obviously these two, like, probably like 10 out of 10. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll love it no matter what, right?
No.
Whoa.
No, I'm being serious. No, because hey, I'm a huge fan of the manga, but if the anime doesn't do it justice, then I'm not. But
Well, you have either or.
I mean, that's
true.
fair enough.
That's very
but,
true.
Like,
That's very true.
Yeah. I mean, when I watched Nagatoro, I gave the anime a 6, and I gave the mangas like a 10,
Yeah.
like a 9 or a 10. So, but yeah, it's like a
But-
6 on the anime. So it can be, the adaptations are always hit or miss with things like this. So
But I can.
that's why I think we're like, if I know something's getting adaptation, I'm not gonna read the manga because the manga is usually gonna be better, because it's
Yeah.
the source material.
The source.
But I can confidently say that is not the case. This adaptation is definitely living up to. Or
It
if
looks
not
good. It looks good so far.
Well,
Yeah.
it's also working with the author himself, right? Too. He's,
I don't know.
No? Oh.
I'm not sure.
But yeah,
Maybe.
we will see. And this is just off the first episode.
Either way, it looks good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're still on the hype train
If
here,
you're
and
not-
unless something
hopefully-
happens like drastically, like the budget goes out the window. I don't know how that could happen, but
Yeah.
So if
you
you're,
know,
if you're on the fence of watching the show, I'll give it a watch. Give it an
give it a
episode.
shot. Give it a
Yeah.
shot. It'll make you laugh probably.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And with that,
Hopefully you guys enjoy it, both you and Josh.
yeah, we'll see.
Mhm.
We'll see on this road. We have Fena, Pirate Princess, episode 11 and 12 for this week. We're
We're gonna do a double feature for this one.
gonna do a double feature for this. We're
We're just gonna finish it off because
yes. Oh my god.
You need to get this out of
there's
the way.
there's only 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
And let's just start with episode 11 and what the hell happened?
What a
Uh,
ride this show has been. Wow, I'm
Easies.
like, oof,
It
jeez Louise.
it probably subverted your expectations because it definitely did mine in not the best way possible.
No.
Yeah, this episode was so weird. How it started too with the what's his name? Abel?
Abel, yeah, Abel.
Abel just walking, and then once
Yeah.
he got to
The treasure.
the treasure, he ends up shooting that guy. And,
Oh, the captain.
yeah,
Captain Kidd.
and I guess he was in the same kind of ish mental like as
Mental state like Fena
as
gets.
Fena. It was so weird. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
how did he get that?
Oh, because he's madly in love with the witch, also known as Helena.
So
Helena.
I'm
Mother-
still,
what, did
I'm
he
still
cur-
waiting
so
for
wait,
that
so-
that guy that they were so scared of to come, like the cousin, man. Where did
Oh, I know.
Where'd he
That-
go,
I-
man?
At this
It's
point,
like
at this
last
point,
episode,
that's
man.
Oh, you
forgotten,
mean,
bro.
you mean Fena's dad, right?
No, you
no,
mean
no, he's the
what's his
the
name?
ninja,
Oh,
the archer.
Sounds
Kai.
like cousin, dude.
Kai,
Where'd he
yeah.
go?
Yeah, like, we're having it. At this point, they forgot.
They
Wait.
just forgot.
They just
Yeah,
forgot.
like pfft, they're like, we don't have enough episodes to work with, so we're just gonna end it.
But
Yeah, the whole samurai versus the thing was weird too. Like the-
Yukimaru?
yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no. When they were fighting in the treasure area and
oh,
stuff.
the Goblin Squad.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna lose in a way. There was
No.
a lot of like the military he had in the background. There was a lot of
Yeah,
people.
he has a lot of blue demons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all the little blue demons went down real good.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's just
There's no tension.
Yeah.
there's no tension because you know who's just gonna win. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like it's obviously the good guys are gonna win. It's obviously that those guys are gonna win. Like,
There was no,
there's nothing here anymore in the story that I care about.
There-
There's just nothing. It's just literally just like it's just events happening in like they're trying to wrap up as quickly as possible. They're literally just throwing things together and it's like, oh, okay, Abel's there. Okay, fight scene. We got put in that trope. We got to do this trope. He meets Helena and he confesses his love. There we go. End of episode.
Yeah, and it's weird how they did Abel like at the end. How
he got justice, I guess.
yeah, like he.
I mean,
In a good,
With-
in his good way.
I always
guess.
thought he was the villain, and then he became
Yeah.
the anti-hero. Like what?
no, I think he still is the villain. I think the show just didn't do him right. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's nothing.
No,
really
they just did him. They just did him really bad. He had great promise.
He did.
Like I said, the biggest fault in this show is that it had a great start. It had like a great 6 or 7 episodes, and then it just was like, oh my gosh, I have to end it. Like
Yeah.
we don't have the budget to go 24 episodes, so we have to end it. And then the last 4 or 5 episodes, have just been like, oh my gosh, we have to end it somehow.
Yeah,
And
like-
it's been terrible
well,
because it's like
We'll,
the pacing has been so bizarrely changed
Yeah.
from the first 6 episodes.
we'll get that to episode 12. We'll talk about it more, even the whole in
Yeah,
general.
yeah, but like how Abel got the happy ending ended up being with Helena,
yeah.
and I'm like, okay, that's cool, I guess.
I thought it was
Hell-
gonna be like a joke, like, oh, nah, you're going to hell or something, you know?
Yeah,
or
but he
something
had-
like-
No.
He actually went like, I guess, rested in peace.
They got to be together, and Helena has
I
nothing
guess
to say
I guess
to
when
Fena
he
at all.
murdered all those female
That's
pirates, I
not-
guess
Yeah.
God just overlooked that and was
Yeah,
like, yeah, that's not
that
a
was the
thing.
weird part too.
Yeah,
I
that's,
was like,
that's what I don't like. Abel got the happy ending when he did
he even
the most
said it
evil
too.
things.
Yeah, he even said it himself. I was like, oh, my hands
I-
are covered in blood or
Yeah,
something
she's
like that.
like-
You still want me?
I killed so many people to get here.
I even shot a kid.
But it's okay.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
And then
I shot my captain not even like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
and then she ignored the daughter, and then
And Yukimaru's just bleeding out.
yeah,
Bleeding
he's
out.
bleeding out over here.
Yukimaru's just dying.
Yeah.
Again.
And then the whole goddamn Cole being the dad as well. I'm just like, what is going on?
Oh yeah, that was weird.
That was what? Like okay, I guess let's just bring that element in.
What is he, a spirit
And now the
guy?
little kid who's like really cryptic is coming in. Is like, oh, the climax is just beginning. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Like,
Who are you?
I don't know.
The
Who are
Watcher,
you?
Oh yeah, the Watcher from Marvel's What If joins in.
because he knows everything.
Yeah,
he knows the
He's
story.
been knowing the whole story all along.
Yeah.
That's Cole.
Yeah, that's cool right
Yeah,
there.
dude. Oh my gosh.
But anyways, we still have episode 12 to talk about. So
And now we have episode 12 of Fena,
Episode
the final episode of,
Thankfully.
yeah, thankfully, because after seeing episode,
Ooh.
the episode literally just wrapped it up because it just wanted to end.
It literally, Fena becomes
think
God.
That's
And
it's very appropriate for sure. It's like, yep, we're ending the series right here. We're done.
we're done.
Yeah,
There's no second season. Fena has to make the ultimate choice for no reason. There was nothing ever alluded to this choice. You could argue, oh, because she was so indecisive before, that this is like that's her character, and now she has to
It's
make
her
the
destiny.
ultimate choice. But
yep.
I don't know. It just was really dumb.
Our
Wasn't
destiny is to reset the universe.
wasn't everything chosen for her? I guess she had.
Yeah,
no-
that
Well,
was
they
that
did
was the
mention
thing.
that. They
Yeah.
mentioned that she was being controlled here, which is why she went into those trances.
yeah.
But still, it's not never mentioned how they did that, or like
as her as a maiden,
never realized.
you
It's
are
a prophecy.
is a prophecy. You are the maiden.
Oh, okay. She's the maiden.
Made of God.
Yeah.
Maiden of
Whatever.
God.
Maiden
to,
Abyss.
to decide for some reason the fate of the universe.
Yes.
I guess so.
Why was this so decided? Like at the end of the show, was this just a oops surprise?
Oops! Surprise! Crazy twist incoming. She's God.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
I guess
don't know.
if you put it that way, it is a twist. Like, oh, I
It's
didn't
a
expect
really big twist if
Eden-
it's that way.
Yeah, but
expect Eden to be this.
for me,
But
to-
it just
to
I don't know. It makes it so weird because for like the first 6 episodes or so, the show's like pretty grounded in reality, and it's like kind of like an adventure show, like Nathan Drake style, Uncharted style
it,
adventure show.
it felt like it was going
But-
in a different direction at
But
first.
then it went like all fantasy, and I was like, what? Why are we going this direction?
And I love how like we don't even have like the whole pirate princess aspect anymore. Like
She's not even
Yeah.
a pirate. She's just a princess.
you know,
Of
pirate-
life.
Without the
stuff,
pirate.
though.
Where's
They
the
got rid of the
pirates?
pirates.
There was no pirates. They got rid of the pirates when their ship blew up.
Yeah.
We got rid of the pirates, and then we just end up with Fena Bobena,
Mhm.
the princess.
Fena Bobena, Princess
Fena
White
Bobena.
Maiden of the Snow, beautiful lady.
So,
Yeah.
You guys want to get into ratings?
Well, can I just say,
Uh,
can we just continue on, because
Yeah.
I actually did not hate like the part with Yukimaru. Like I actually was like, this is okay. It's just how we got here that was really dumb. And then the very end where she's like touring all through and she's trying to remember her memories and stuff like that. Again, I didn't hate that, but it was just like, it's really dumb how we got here. And that
Yeah.
just aggravated me because I'm like, dude, you could have made this so much better.
Yeah, like,
please.
this whole show is just throughout just this, like, I don't hate the show. I'm really disappointed in the show.
Same.
Yeah, this was definitely more of a disappointment more than anything.
Like this is
Yeah,
not
'cause
this show
you
is
see the potential.
yeah this show's not horrible. Like it's horrible paced, horrible, like it has its specific areas that makes it so bad that it is not even funny bad. It's like
Mhm.
damn, they
It's
could have
like,
done
oh, they
something
tried
else.
hard, but
Yeah.
it just was bad.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
and rushed.
Yeah. It
Very
was just,
rushed.
it's one of those stories that's just like, it's just poorly written. There's nothing really wrong with like the media. It's nothing that they didn't fall on tropes. It wasn't like a generic isekai or anything. It was just poorly written.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's all
and
it is.
I'm gonna be like with Robbie. Let's just give our final ratings for
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fena, Bobena, Pirate Princess. And who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go first. So
Go ahead.
overall, man, like Fena, I remember it was one of those shows there. Even this was teased even before like Josh even joined. Like this was going on for a while.
Yeah.
With the
Mm.
posters, trailers, and everything. And man, I just wanted like a really fun adventure pirate anime, and
Mhm.
it was going strong for that first half, but in the second half, man, I don't know what the hell happened. It dropped the ball or something, but it was not. It was not that at all.
Yeah, it tried to be different for all
Yeah.
the wrong reasons.
And it sucks too because I do enjoy like the characters and stuff that we did get. You know, Yukimaru, Shitan, Fena herself, but like all the other characters like Makaba and and Tsubaki, like they didn't get any like development at all. Like they were
Yeah.
just basically sidelined. Like they were part of the crew, but they didn't have anything really much to offer.
Yeah,
And-
and they just like the story just never showed that intermittent part because it was just so rushed, you know.
Exactly.
It never
yeah.
showed like any development. Like we never saw them like traveling ever. It was just, oh, we're there.
Yeah, that's all it was. And so like I do feel that what we ended up getting, I'm not like in terms of like the events, the story beat by beat and stuff that we got, like it wasn't the disappointing part, but I feel like how they rushed it, how we got to where we did, and like some of the choices also were not the best. And so overall this was a disappointment. So rating wise, I want to give this a 4 out of 10. Like it's not bad, but it's not good. I can't really recommend it because I can't really recommend it because it doesn't go anywhere with the ideas that it presents. Like it's just not. Yeah, it was just a disappointment. So it's 4 out of 10 for me.
Okay. I guess I'll go because I think mine's the same rating as yours, Robbie.
Mhm.
4 out of 10. It's just like the first half we truly enjoyed it. Like, oh, this is cool,
Yeah.
fun characters. You know, samurais and pirates. Let's go. You know, I can't wait to see who we're gonna encounter in the sea, right?
Mhm.
But it ended up just being Abel's crew, the Blue Demons, and then the one pirate crew that we got rid of right away.
Yeah.
And you're just left with Abel, who's our villain of the story, but is not really a villain and ends up having the happier ending. And I'm just like, what? Excuse me? And then the whole like getting to Eden, then solving it quickly. It's just a testament of you have a good idea, you have a good characters. Like let's make it longer. Let's make it, let's push it to 24 or something like that, because
Yeah.
it is very rushed, especially in the second half. You're like, whoa, we just got here. What about these characters? How does Fena know how to do this? How does she know how to do that? And like even at the last episode where like the Goblin Squad are like, oh, it's crumbling down. What do you want to see them like escape, or like we couldn't make that exciting or something like that? But it's just boop, we teleported out of there. Like, okay, cool. It's like honestly, like the only thing important in this show, I guess, is just Fena and Yukimaru, if you even want to say that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm with you. Disappointed. 4 out of 10.
Yeah. I guess I'm next. This show is just disappointing to talk about, Having I guess I had high expectations, but knowing that it's a Crunchyroll original, we have been having a lot of fails with some of these shows. And this one's one of them too, failing. Oh jeez. Just like Omar said, there's some like Yakimaru and Fena they're the main center of this show in general. But the connection with Fena and both of them in general, like I felt like it was rushed. The love was rushed too too fast. Like it was rushed in a way. It for us it looked fast, but I guess for them it was a long journey, you know.
Yeah.
And we don't even know what's within that journey other than, oh look, do you like my hair change? Oh, do you like oh, you're annoying, blah blah blah. But we never got to see them connect even more other than seeing them the scenes we saw, you get me? I wish I had more connection with them.
Right.
Abel, even though I found him like annoying at times, he actually fit as a villain, but I needed more from it. And I did not like his oh look, even though he is the bad guy, he's good at in heart for his love and stuff. I really didn't not like that at all. Oh man, the art was amazing. Like every time I would see this show, it looked nice. Music was great. I guess I'm the same as you guys. I'm at a 4.5, just for the art and the music and the animation whenever it came in. But yeah.
Well,
Josh.
I guess I'm last, as Omar said. I didn't write anything out for this show. I was not gonna be this big analysis of it, because honestly, I'm exhausted from this show. When I first saw this, I was like super excited. I love pirates. I love swashbuckling adventures. I love campy like fight scenes with pirates and stuff like that. It's been one of my like guilty pleasures for a long time, is like just a pirate adventure. And I was super excited. I was like, finally, if we're gonna get like an anime that's not One Piece, that's just gonna be like a pirate adventure. And the first few episodes, I was like, this is perfect. This is awesome. It had the campy characters. It had the epic fight scenes, you know, with the old dudes in the first episode. And Yukimaru himself was a interesting guy. I liked all of the characters. I liked how they showed like the different personalities with all of them and stuff like that. And then it somewhere along the line, they lost focus of what was like the charm of the show, and they started just making it like purely story. And you know, in like the first 2 episodes or so, we actually saw them like going on the journey to their places that they had to get to and stuff like that. And you know, we saw Shitan teaching her how to fire a bow, you know, or Yukimaru teaching her how to do some swordplay and stuff like that. And we learned about the characters a little bit, but midway through, they just forgot about that. They forgot about like half the characters that they introduced. They forgot about the old men in the very first episode. They forgot about Shitan's cousin, brother, whoever he is, who was supposed to be chasing them. That was not even a plot point, which I was really surprised about. And they just got really hyper focused on this one plot line. And a good story can juggle multiple plot lines and make you really care about it. Like, they have one central plot, but then they have like subplots. And a good story can do that, but this story just didn't have like any charm or magic. It didn't have any cool character moments. We literally were teleporting from plot point to plot point. It felt like it was like a bulletin board, like, oh, Fena has to go here, she has to figure this out, they have to talk about this, they have to talk about that. That's how the romance felt. It was just like a bulletin board for what they had to complete in the time frame. And yeah, the animation was good. Yeah, the story had so much promise, but like I said, it's just super disappointing to see a story that had so much going for it just become like really cookie cutter and just like really bulletin point, check mark off all the points you need to get across to the very end. And yeah, I'm honestly with the guys, because I don't think it's like as bad. Like, it's not horrific. It's not like a 2 or a 3, but it's not good enough for a recommendation either. So it has to be a 4, because a recommendation would be 5 and up. And I can't recommend this anyway because I'm like, do you like just watching like Fena's cute? That's all you'll probably like from it because the story's just atrocious.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. It's a 4. It does a lot. It does some good things, but it mostly just falls into the trap of not having enough time to fill out their story and ends up just being like super rushed. I think the story could have been done really well in like 24 episodes or something. I would have given like a whole 12 more episodes to work with, like developing characters and introducing new villains like Shitan's brother and stuff like that, instead of just being like having these characters introduced and then having to cast them aside because you're like, oh crap, I'm running out of time.
Yeah, and we would have had the actual adventure that they all talk about that we missed.
Yeah, we missed the adventure of this adventure.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
We get on the boat, we get off the boat.
Yeah. That's basically pretty much it.
We go through some plot points, we get back on the boat, we get off the boat. None of the in between is shown.
Yeah, and if we're gonna do fantasy, why don't you bring me some sea creatures or something? I don't know.
Yeah, like bring me some fantasy. Like I thought this was gonna be really grounded, or like from the beginning, like it was just gonna be like actual pirates like fighting, but then it turned into like this fantasy with like almost no fantasy in it.
Yeah, but hey, you know, we finally gave our piece, and fortune to disappointment, and hopefully.
Unfortunately, I'm still waiting for my non-One Piece good pirate anime.
Yeah.
One day. I mean, for many people, it's One Piece, right? So.
Yeah, for.
But yeah, that is Fena Bobena, Fire Princess, Pirate Princess. To the next anime, we have
The Faraway Paladin, episode 3.
Oh boy.
This is Judgment Time.
This was exposition dump the episode. Holy moly.
Yes, it was. And like, but before all that, we had the final battle between, well, the final test, I guess.
Between Blood and Will.
Yes.
Well, before all that, he gets him drunk, and they have some fun.
He's making him a man.
Making him a man, bro. He became a man, if you know what I mean.
Do we need to go into detail?
We don't need to go into
Let's just leave that to
detail.
your imagination. If you've seen it, obviously.
It's the episode if you want to know what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, other than that, that little
He became a man, though. That's all you need to know.
that little detail.
We just made this worse.
We get to the final test between Blood and Will, and they fought okay. I think Will, obviously won.
The animation's kind of bad with this fight. I don't like. It's not horrible, but
Will's charging star though.
That was cool.
Charging star.
but it's not great. And yeah, so he loses.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Quote,
I mean, everyone could have saw that coming. Like,
Quote unquote.
you think you're gonna beat an undead skeleton? Can't like it was a fight to the death.
No,
and
wasn't it that apparently that Blood technically lost and the maid girl like healed him before
Mary?
dying?
No,
Yeah.
he used it. He used a technique that he used in his real life where he caught the sword with his ribs between his rib cage.
Yeah.
And then he used it to launch one final attack on the person when they thought they got him. And they were going off and Mary was like, "Oh, you did that attack when you were alive, and I had to heal you because you almost bled out and died from it."
Yeah.
But as a skeleton, that doesn't affect him. That's an elite hacks cheat, dude. As our main character says, hacks.
Yep.
Well, technically they're not cheating because in a way they can't level up.
Yeah. So apparently it's established in this world that if you die and you come back as an undead, you basically stay in that state. You don't learn anything. Pretty much just in a limbo state, pretty much with.
I mean, it's true. If you die, you can't. Your brain doesn't work anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
People die when they're killed.
Yeah.
you die in the game, you die in real life. But yeah, that's now we get to the whole exposition of like what is going on, like with Will. Why is he here?
Yeah.
Why did they raise him?
And oh boy, they told us everything.
Yes,
They
the
did.
whole their backstory. You know,
Naruto's backstory.
yes, and just I don't know. It was a lot to, you know, sink in
Yeah.
for like one take, but it was interesting to say the least, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Blood, Mary, Gus, how they actually became the undead.
The fact that Will is like considered like a sacrifice to bring Naruto back.
Yes,
I legit don't remember his name. I just remember how he looked. I just call him Naruto.
the god thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is like Stagnot or something.
Then he comes back as Devimon, so it's between
Oh,
Naruto
jeez.
and Devimon.
Oh Lord.
He's so dumb.
But yeah, that whole counter action, between them, it's like, all right, y'all said your goodbyes. Now I'm gonna kill y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all did your job. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell, bro?
Yeah, that was really random. I was like, what's going on?
I like the fact that Will's new sword, the Overeater, was originally Naruto's sword back when he became a tyrant dictator.
Damn, you Naruto today.
Yeah, wait, this isn't even about Naruto, dude. Go watch some Naruto.
That's true. It's about Will.
It's about Will and his OP sword.
Yep.
It's
The Overeater, where he cannot die with the sword. Every time he gets hit, he just gets stronger.
Yep. Like a Saiyan.
He literally just like the goal of using that sword is to just get cut up as much as possible. Just don't have no defense.
yeah, and then Gus finally shows up. The abandoned uncle shows in.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, I'll save them." I'm like, "How? He's a god."
Yeah.
I got a trick open too, and that's how the episode ends.
Yeah.
If you're heard to this far, it's no surprise. I think not. Most of us are not into this.
Most of us. Josh
I
is-
like it.
Yeah, Josh is the one that is invested in it,
Mhm.
but unfortunately, as
I'm actually not that invested. I just think that I just want to
You
see how it plays out.
yeah, but as for covering in the podcast, we're gonna unfortunately drop this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. For me, also the thing that I had issues with, like they could have at least montage his training thing
Yeah.
a little bit more. Like I didn't want to see him like from this to this, you know.
Yeah,
I think
Spend too much. 3 episodes with just from here to here.
th-
you know?
this anime has a lot of analog to Mushoku Tensei because it's the only other isekai that we can think of that like does its world building and stuff like really in detail.
yeah.
But I think I think Mushoku Tensei like excels at that because they do backstory, but they do it in a way where it's like you get to you feel like you're going places like at a reasonable pace.
I actually agree with Rabi because I find even we're watching Mushoku Tensei and we all like Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah.
I feel like the difference between that and this show is Mushoku Tensei, like the first season was only 11 episodes, but if you watch that, it did not feel like 11 episodes.
No.
Like they used their 24 minutes of time in that show like unbelievably. It's probably one of the best I've ever seen uses of time. Like everything is paced perfectly, and they show the perfect amount of world building along with backstory, along with interesting comedy and stuff like that. This show was just like, we're gonna focus on world building, which I enjoy, which is why I don't hate this show, but it's boring to a lot of people, and I completely understand why the guys don't like it, because it's like it's just not that interesting if you're not like looking for that in a show.
With the Jobless Reincarnation, like the characters were interesting as well with the world building, and then this one's like the world building is interesting. It's just like our 3 undeads are like they're very white bread, and
Yeah, they're not super interesting. Like Mushoku Tensei does a fantastic job of having like really unique character archetypes that are like complex and not just like tropes, like even like Eris is like, oh, she starts off as like a tsundere, aggressive girl trope, but then she evolves completely differently into like a completely different human by the end of the 11 episodes.
Even though with Mushoku Tensei I don't like the character, I could see how he could develop You know.
Oh, Rudy, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually I think he's developing pretty nicely. Like he's still despicable, but
But you see how you could talk a lot about that show compared to Faraway Paladin. You're like,
yeah, this one's just like it's very like it's not generic. Like I can't say it's generic, but it's just very like it's world building, but it's not like super complex. It's just kind of bare bones. The characters just are kind of the same character all the time.
Yeah.
You got the aggressive like. You got Blood, who's like kind of the aggressive, like, cool hip dad type figure, and then you got Mary, who's like the concerned mom type figure, and that's all they'll ever be. They never change.
Yeah,
they're just that character.
But to me, so far, I think the MC's the thing that doesn't click with me.
And then and unfortunately, that's the character we're gonna be having to follow.
Yeah. And if your main
the MC is just a blank slate, and I want to see how he grows. That might be like a bad idea because I might end up hating the show, but he's a blank slate and he doesn't have a character to begin with. Like we said with Mushoku Tensei, even though pretty much all of us hate Rudy as like a character because he's just a horrible human, he at least starts off with like that as his character. He's not just like boring generic protagonist
turned into a scumbag.
But yeah,
he's just that's him.
But yeah, that's why we're dropping Faraway Paladin. It's fortunate for me because I was actually looking forward to this.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear it, Josh, how it turns out. But if I was covering it for the podcast, I have to say goodbye to it.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but that's just how the
I also want to reiterate that we don't like despise this show.
No.
It's just if this was last season, then we would probably keep it.
No,
but
kept it.
But there's so many good shows this season. We're already watching so much that it's like, okay, let's wean down the options a little bit here.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to continue watching it, go ahead. It's just us guys in the internet.
And then we get to hear Josh's opinion at the end of the season when he wants to talk about
if he still wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
We have Sakugan episode 3, and now we are in the labyrinth, and we are seeing what's in this world.
And you got that obligatory. I mean, obviously, given our characters, you would have. It's to be expected that you're gonna have that conflict episode.
Yeah,
where, like
I love the fact with the little girl.
Memempu?
Yeah, how she's always saying, "Oh, I'm smart. I'm smart. No matter what, I could do anything."
I like that. She doesn't have a hubris though, which annoys me. Like when I was watching, I even said to Rabbi, I'm like, man, she needs to get taught a lesson because she just has like this big ego on her, and she does get taught a lesson in the end of the episode, and she gets taught that just because she's super smart, she shouldn't abandon. Because like when she abandoned her dad, I was like, dude, that is messed up. Like she was just like, I'm gonna do what I want because I don't need you because I'm the smartest person in the world. Like, man. And then she gets screwed over because she makes a mistake.
Yeah.
And then he has to come to the rescue. Yeah, and I'm like, that's a good character development because
I like the fact that the one thing that stuck to me this episode was literally the whole brains and heart. You gotta listen to your heart. You gotta listen to your brains.
That stuck with me too because I was like, there's points where you listen to your heart, and then there's points where you have to use your brain.
And that's what our dad figure. He's trying to explain to her, and she's just like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
Like,
but it makes sense as to where she's coming from because all her life, it's not just.
And she's been in a safe location, right?
She's wicked smart.
Yeah,
she's been in a safe location. She's gone through every challenge in her life with her intelligence. She's never had to use her heart, right? And now when she thinks her dad's kind of dumb and just like kind of lazes around and doesn't do anything, and now that he's like the one who is like kind of leading the charge, she's like, well, you never led the charge before, in my life, so why would you lead the charge now? And that's why she's probably like locking him out of the system and stuff, because like, let me lead because I'm the smarter one here.
Yeah, it was messed up. Like she could do that. Like, why would you do that though? Like, why would you lock out your partner's controls? It was like, what?
Yeah, because she was
because her ego was so big at the time that it was just like, I can do everything myself. Like even when he was like, let's take the safe route, she's like, nah, we can do it this way, and she wasn't even listening to him. But in the end, she gets her lesson learned.
Yeah, in a way, throughout the episode, like he was teaching her a lesson, even though we didn't see it, like him telling her exactly, like physically, like he would like kick back and do nothing just to see what she does.
Yeah, and I
Let
was
her roll.
seeing him get like annoyed, just like, you know, we watching it were like we watched him be like, I don't have to tell you, you're just a little kid, right? Like stuff like that. Like, who's this little brat telling me what to do when she's like 9 years old or something, and I'm like a grown man with life experience.
But yeah, that was basically it for that episode. I think, you know, obviously I like the names of the little colonies.
Oh yeah.
They were pretty funny. And
Yeah,
just-
as for the action too, like we kind of glossed over the action because we're dealing with the biggest theme of the episode, but the action's really good in the show. Like they do
most
mech
definitely.
fights really well, and you know, all the actual world looks really cool and stuff like that. So props to the studio for still, you know, keeping up the great great animation, despite being kind of like not an unknown studio, but a studio not known for like their Sakugan moments.
And Robbie, what you think of Little Tony?
Pretty cool.
I knew like I would probably like catch your eye or something, because you know how like it just grows and expands.
What Big Tony and Little Tony?
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I love the Tonys.
Yeah, the Tonys are awesome. It's just, but I think that pretty much covers that episode.
And then I like the environment, environment kind of thing that happened, the earthquake that shook the whole area.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That
Yeah.
scene, I
that-
love that scene, that
yeah.
whole scene. She didn't expect it. She was like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, like the whole kaiju coming in.
Yeah,
and
it came out of nowhere for
But-
her. So
Like we were saying before, she's had her life easy like this whole time, you know, just using her smarts to get by. So when something, you know, crazy happens, it shocks her, just like in the first episode.
But the art and the background and the scenery, like,
No,
just
yeah.
changes.
It's
I really like that.
it's really
Yeah.
eye dropping.
I also like when she goes into the cavern, it gets all icy and cold, and
Yeah.
it looks like it looks really nice.
She kind of has that battle damage in a way.
Yeah.
From tripping a lot.
She
Oh, yeah.
she gets she gets all the war wounds, and then breaks down in the crate as they're beating it up.
Yeah, no, that was
terrible.
that was getting to me, bro. I was
yeah,
like, damn, she gonna die.
She gonna die?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Oh, what was the thing that we were saying? It was she was wearing her hat and her big,
big
The
backpack.
backpack.
It was very made in this vibes.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh damn. I'm
He
getting
lost
flashbacks.
little
like-
Tony,
Yeah.
and I was sad. I was like, is little Tony gonna?
Oh
is he
yeah,
gone?
that too.
I was like, you can't leave little Tony behind.
right.
But Dad got it, man.
Dad got
That's
it,
what-
of course. Dad's there to the rescue, man.
Oh, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying,
That's
Roger?
what dads are there for.
No, I'm good.
But yeah, great episode. If you don't hear by us by now, we're obviously keeping the show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot of episode 3s we're gonna say that we're keeping or kicking out.
Yeah.
So obviously,
You'll hear our takes.
yeah. So this one we'll be keeping. We'll continue on for the season. We have the Heike story, episode 6. I feel bad for the kid, man.
I know.
For the brother, man.
Korimori.
I feel that this was like he's losing himself, you know, like
Nah, yeah.
like he has to conform to what they want him to be, and he's like, I have to be a warrior. No more dancing.
yeah.
No more being myself, and that hurt because it's like, man.
I mean, the process that it gets to, it makes a lot of sense as to kind of why it happened in the first place. Because first off, the fact that he survived that first fight was like a fluke in and of itself. Like I legit thought he
Yeah.
was gonna die, and then the second
yeah.
fight
Yeah.
happens, and it's like, okay, we have this impossible odds. What are we gonna do? We rush, and then all of a sudden birds come in, and then like everybody panics.
And
That's
I,
like-
and
I've
runs
never,
away.
I've
It's-
never seen that.
It's
in,
like a metaphor. Like
Yeah.
I find like that was a very metaphorical sequence and
It's-
stuff. Like I find a lot of old novels, which is what this is based off of, are very like, you know, kind of more abstract and metaphorical. And that's why I liked about it, because it's like, you know, we don't know if he really did get scared by birds, or maybe he was
Yeah.
that's just him, you know, fleeing and being a coward.
Well, I could,
right? Like
I could believe that though.
No,
Like,
I'm pretty sure that did happen.
No, but like it's how Josh is saying is like, oh, we don't know if it happened or not, but like but
I
like
mean, it's a story.
I
It's
get it.
based
Yeah,
off
yeah,
of
yeah.
a novel,
Yeah,
right?
like,
It's not. It probably didn't actually like
It's like
happen.
No,
Really.
but
No.
when they showed up though, they were like,
What
well,
happened?
what happened? Why'd they
Yeah.
just leave?
nah, yeah.
So I mean, I'm just taking it as face value that it just
But like
kinda did
I
happen.
always imagine like like in the real world, like everybody thinks of the stories of like 300 or something like that, like the glory
Yeah.
battles, and you don't think about like
the small
the
battles.
small battles.
I mean, there's a big reason why you don't hear too much about World War One, because trench warfare was all about stuff like that, where it's like, people made a noise, boom, 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 or they run away because
you're
they're
right.
just super paranoid. They don't know what the other side is thinking.
That,
and
or
then-
maybe someone ended off killing one of their own by accident.
That didn't happen in World War. I'm just kidding.
no, but
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and I like this episode for showing that. It was like
Like this could have been the story, or maybe they were thinking of something else, or like something came out. Or,
because the boy was traumatized, man. He
Yeah.
was like scared.
and he was not the only one. It was everyone
Everyone-
else. It's not like he
because
commanded everyone.
But
to
he
leave.
was in charge in that. And if you're
He
They
was
didn't
in
make
charge.
sense.
If the person in charge runs away from like easily, then everyone else is just gonna follow them. Like, why would everyone else just
Stay.
hang around
Yeah.
and get shot dead if your leader isn't confident that you're gonna
Right.
win, right?
and that's why the father was like good at. He was like, even though he didn't want to do like most of these battles, like he still did it because
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
he was-
It just sucks that he got compared like super heavy to his dad. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, when Shigemori was his age,
Yeah.
he was
It
able
just
to do all.
it sucks too because like clearly our main bad guy, horrible grandfather person, he clearly didn't know Shigemori. He didn't know his softer side. He only knew of his great battles because that's all he ever cared about.
Mhm.
He didn't care that Shigemori like had a family that he really loved and cared about. That he like brought a child
Yeah,
in.
he had too much
You
pride.
know,
Oh yeah,
He had too
Yeah.
much pride for his
he has too much pride. He has too much ego that
on
like,
Heike on
and
Heike.
that shows apparently when he got scared by some
Some
spirits,
ghosts.
some ghosts. Like, he stared
yeah.
at it, and they were scared of him.
Yeah.
yeah, and he made up this whole lie basically about it.
Yeah. So,
But I also hated how when he was told that his son fled the area because he was scared, he was like, execute the guy in charge and
Oh, yeah.
exile him. Like that is
Yeah.
like the most extreme measures you could go to just because you're a little pissed off. Like, come on,
That's how the
you're gonna
grand-
exile your grandson
But yeah, that's how the
because he
grandpa.
didn't want to fight.
That's how the grandpa like has been doing all this time. So why would he change?
Yeah, he's just a horrible person.
No, he is. He's the worst, and it's gonna bite him in the butt, real bad.
It is. I'm waiting for that revelation where he finally gets what is
It's coming to
due.
him. Yeah. No, most definitely.
I have a feeling he's probably gonna die of fear itself.
Oh.
You know, like the scene that we got from
you
the,
mean like he has like some kind of like hallucination or whatever,
Yeah.
like that ends up killing. Yeah, I could see that too.
Okay. Yeah.
just like his dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like evil spirits, it would be like all his people that he trusted killing him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like he goes on like a psychotic
I hope
rampage. and-
I hope he just dies in like a really pathetic way.
Yeah.
Just like he's just like easily like shot or something like that, or like you say he dies of fear, like his own pride just like bit him.
Yeah, you know what I liked about this episode too?
Mm.
The two brothers.
Oh
were
yeah, I was
with
about to
her.
bring that up.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
with like the kid that's like, yeah, battle's awesome. I want to be in it so badly because it shows both sides of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, war so glorious. I want to die in the battlefield.
Yeah.
While the brother who's actually in war hates it. He's like,
Yeah.
screw this. This is nothing glorious like in the stories.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that a lot.
But,
and
but
she-
I love the way this show shows personalities, like different types of personalities. Like every person in the show is like a completely different like personality, even though they're related to each other.
Mhm.
They're all completely different.
But yeah, and it's
Oh,
just
the scene too where at the end, towards the end, when she was gonna they didn't know what was gonna happen to be, what's her
Iwa?
Iwa.
yeah, because they were scared that
Oh, yeah.
they summoned her on her own and
Yeah.
stuff. The
Yeah.
both brothers came to
Yeah.
to him all like, oh, is she in trouble?
Yeah, she gonna die? Is she gonna get exiled?
And I like that. They're
No,
you know,
yeah, they obviously grown that bond already.
yeah, they grown that bond real hard.
And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think now this anime, I'm scared to see this tragedy really unfold.
Yeah, because like you kind of already know what the ending is gonna be, because you know they can see the future. So
Yeah, so
That's what the dad feared, right?
that's what the
Yeah.
dad tried to. That's why he killed himself for. Like he tried to protect that.
Yeah.
hmm
So we will see. We'll see what happens on this.
I don't think I don't if he I feel like if he'd known that like his eye was gonna get transferred to Biwa, I don't think he would want to have killed himself. He probably did not see that coming.
Mm.
We have The Vampire Dies in No Time, episode 3. And this is also one of the chopping blocks
Yeah.
to see. And it was okay, I like to say.
It's just like this. It's just a comedy. That's all it is.
No, yeah, there's nothing, like we said it last week, it's nothing any deeper than that. It's just, what's the comedy of the week, you know? And I think it was fine, but like to me personally, I think the jokes did not land. I think the first half didn't land. The second half did better with the whole.
Yeah, I enjoyed the jokes throughout for me, but even I can agree that as soon as the association got introduced and like the other hunters and whatnot and
That was
them betting
fun.
between Dralic and stuff, I feel like that definitely
Yeah.
was when it took off. More.
Yeah.
Like Ravi said, like once they started introducing more characters, that's when it made it more interesting, because it was
Yeah.
not like, you know, focus on them. Because I love when Ronaldo, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that whole scene that they were not rooting for them, and then he was rooting for them, and then they weren't rooting. For them.
Yeah,
They were going back and forth,
Yeah.
but
flip
like
flopping.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's yeah, and then you know, and like even though the first half, like again to me was funny, it was
I
just
know it
the
was.
same. It was just the same tropey like misunderstanding kind of
Mhm.
thing, where it's like one character thinks that this other character is super amazing.
I think she was adorable.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But like in reality, you know, he's not actually amazing at all. Like Dralic is a super duper weakling, but
he just sucks.
yeah,
Oh,
He's just a bad.
That's
his
pretty much
life.
Pretty much that's how they said it. They suck. That was the end
Mhm.
of that scene.
They suck. That's it.
He sucks.
That's his shtick.
yeah.
And that's how they look at him in general.
He just looks really scary and like intimidating, and his name is intimidating, but he just kind of sucks.
Yeah. Hey, but that Twister game though, right?
Oh yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was fun.
And then they were cheating too. Those scenes where they were cheating as well. The games.
You know Mordillo, bro.
Yeah, the John. I love
John.
John.
Yeah.
John sneaked the cards in there. I was like,
He
what?
sneaked the cards, man, and then he still lost.
He still lost. What was the odds of that happening?
Right.
Not very high.
I mean, he gave him a full house, so that was a good hand.
Yeah, it would have been.
Lost to a four of kind.
Yeah.
I think the other funny scene was where they were playing. I guess who grabs the most sand? No, not sand. Ash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. That got me confused. I was like, what is this game? Like, just like and I love how the nun character, she was like, this
Yeah.
is so boring. Because that's how I felt. I was like, this
Yeah.
is boring. Like, just like the aspect of it. But like,
Mhm.
it was interesting how they did it.
Yeah, like who gets the majority of the ash itself
Without it falling over.
without it falling
Without it
without
falling
the
over,
cross
like
falling
it's
over.
kind of like Jenga. They were playing Jenga with his
With his
corpse.
His
Yeah,
corpse.
with the sand corpse.
And then you got John over here upset, like, no, why isn't he back yet?
Yeah, because I feel like they stick to the character, because it's like it's not like John just switches allegiance. No, he's still Jalik's armadillo,
Yeah.
so he cares about him.
Dude, I love John. He's the best character
Dude,
in the
he
show.
is. Facts.
He
And I'm-
legit is.
I don't care if I'm be like a broken record. That is a good character.
That is a
Oh,
great
that's a great
armadillo.
character.
I
I
love
like when his all he says is just John.
The scene too where he ends up where he used John as a barrier,
Oh, as a shield?
and was like,
Oh yeah.
and then Ronaldo's like,
Like, how
no,
could you use
how
John
could
like
you
that?"
use John as a
You bastard.
Yeah.
and then just karate chops him.
Sand.
I love all the moves he was doing to Ronaldo was doing to Drac, right? That's
Yeah.
his name. Yeah, the whole the spin kicks.
Oh yeah.
I love the part that there's one part that made me replay like 3 or 4 times because it was so funny. It was just where like they just got done playing a game and Drac was just sitting there and he was commentating it, and you just see Ronaldo like knee him in the face and he dies. And I played that like 4 times because I thought that was so funny. It was just so random. He just is like, you just hear him like winding up in the background. He's like, oh.
Yeah,
Like Falcon knees him in the face.
the killing is going even more funny with Ronaldo. But
Yeah.
the German suplex too when he did it to him.
It's just like he's just like brutally just murdering him every day.
Yeah, it just goes to show
Like he
how-
like unleashes his anger on a on a dragon and just kills him.
That's awesome, man. I would do that. I would do that to Omar.
Oh damn.
Oh,
That's how I really feel.
Omar's
In
gonna
the
turn
squad.
into sand.
Shit, I wish. I don't have to worry about injuries.
That's true. You're immortal.
Yeah, exactly. Just hearing it, we were decisive on keeping the show or not, and I think after hearing us talk about it, I will keep it. I know I was the one like, we'll see, you know, and the comedy can be hit or miss, but there are some moments in the show that I do enjoy, like John. I think he steals the show.
I think the best part of the show is that we know how long it is. Like with Faraway Paladin, we actually don't know how long it is. It could be like 30 episodes or something like that. But for this season, we know it's only gonna be like 12 episodes, so it's not a huge investment. It's just a comedy.
That thought
And
never
you know
even came
that-
to my mind though.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's okay. But yeah, it's like you guys said. It's just a comedy. It's simple and
it's fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. It fits the Halloween theme, and
Like I was a big hater when I first watched the first episode,
No,
but you know it's
I was
kind of
too.
grown on me actually.
yeah, like I said, John steals the show from me. Every time he's on the screen, I get super excited.
Yeah.
And there are some jokes that are genuinely funny. So hopefully it keeps that record. And like I said in the first episode, it's like Jahy to me. Hopefully, you know, the
It
comedy.
grows on you maybe.
Yeah, it grows on me.
And hopefully we see this new character too.
Yes, I think that's why I want to keep on watching. Maybe this new character can change my mind.
Yeah.
But yes, I think we all agree we're
Yay.
keeping this.
So happy.
Yay!
Yes, we are keeping this comedy. We have a lot of comedies actually, so
Mhm.
we're keeping the Vampire Dies in no. Hey, we have Mieruko-chan.
Oh man.
Episode 3, and man, it was not etchy. This one,
No, it
I was
wasn't
amazed.
actually.
I was too.
That was nice though. I love this episode.
Me too, but like just it's simple things like, you know, taking a bus or like being at the coffee shop. It's just
It's a lot of simple things, but like they managed to make it fresh every time. Like the first one
It was
is
stressful.
yeah, like the first one is like all about finding who's making that who's making that weird like voice or whatever. And the second one is like, okay, there's this dude that's like moderately attractive, but then there's this ghost that thinks that like she's
She's
cheating
hitting
on
on
him.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's hitting on him.
Yeah,
it's
and then when his actual his date comes up, she has like a million dudes.
I thought that was
behind.
funny.
Yeah.
I thought
Those
that-
dudes behind, and then our main character's like, birds of a feather flock together, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, cheaters are cheaters.
yeah.
oh,
Cheaters.
But I like this episode a lot too because I had a theory about the show, and I told Ravi it. You guys might think it's ridiculous, but I've heard some people floating it around. I think personally that this is a really good example of showing a girl with schizophrenia. And y'all might think that's crazy, but I've read stuff like about what schizophrenia is, and this is scarily accurate to what it actually feels like. So, I think it's really interesting. I want to see it play out because I think, I don't know what they were trying to go with, if they're just trying to make a weird comedy or if they're trying to go with like, hey, this is what happens to, some people in the world and stuff like that.
It could be believable. It could be believable, but this episode kind of like broke it because that scene where with the
beads.
beads.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's not gonna happen for a regular girl. The
Maybe
next
she, maybe she's schizophrenic too,
Oh,
and their
jeez.
schizophrenia
No,
is
but-
aligning together.
but yeah, that's when it threw it out for sure. You know, you get me, Josh?
I mean, yeah, I get it, but
Yeah.
still, I like to think that's what it's about.
You didn't like my idea.
Jeez.
God. But no, that's an interesting take on looking.
No,
at it.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
everyone has different looks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I think just to me, I think it's just like I like how the anime makes me feel with her. Like, oh man, I can't. I wouldn't be able to do that, man. I can't. Cause all right, so in Platinum End, they had the same moment as well. Like,
Right.
oh, don't look at it.
Don't look at him. Yeah.
and don't react to it.
Mm.
And obviously with Platinum End, he failed completely.
He did, yeah, absolutely.
He fails completely. With her, she nails it every time. But
If it was Miko, she would have done it
yeah,
like that.
she would have been an A star, bro. She would have nailed it. So it's very hard to do, and I it's always like anticipating to see maybe she'll crack.
Yeah.
Like there is this one girl, she has to react.
Like when I see it, I feel like in her perspective, seeing these kind of creatures is terrifying,
Yeah,
especially with that
the last
the
one.
mask guy.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
creepy as hell.
Yeah, because he was just following her, just like out of random. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, what was it again? It's like, oh, you could see me or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like, it's like, oh no, it's itchy.
Yeah, it was like, what the hell's going on?
It's itchy.
And then we get to learn that our the friend is really angelic. She brings a
She
lot of
has a-
life.
Yeah, she has.
So the spirits are like attracted to her.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
since
she's
she's
in danger.
yeah,
It's like you said. I remember you saying like the darkness trying to beat the light.
yeah.
So
That is true.
that is cool
So-
person.
I like that when they brought that old lady. you
The old
know?
lady in, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she had powerful beads, right?
But then she finally realized, hey, like, you know what? I'm not gonna be a scam artist no more.
I'm gonna turn my life around and do my job for good.
Yeah, I like that. I like that end
I thought it
part.
was funny.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, this is someone telling me I gotta do right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think another solid episode, and I think obviously we're keeping it as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The comedy sticks and just how our character overcomes these obstacles, and I can't wait to see more terrifying ghosts, honestly. I'm also scared for this. Oh, one thing I thought was funny.
Oh yeah.
Butt buns.
Oh yeah. Okay, I saw that and it reminded me of the cow and chicken like pork butts.
Oh jeez.
No, just me.
No, yeah, I got it.
Just you, but I love the reference.
No, I got it.
I thought it was funny. And then like
Damn,
how
you were-
our girl, she had two of them. She was like, oh, I already ate both of them.
They're soft, just like a real butt.
Oh man, but I thought it was just funny. But yeah, we are keeping it. We have Arena, the Vampire Cosmonaut, episode 3,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, more training
More training.
for Arena, getting rid of her fear of heights. I think the very, very best way possible, but like terrifying for someone who's scared of heights.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah.
oh, she's
I
scared.
am terrified.
She's scared of heights. Oh, let's just take her flying.
Yeah, let's just take her flying. Let's do some skydiving too. Why not?
Yeah.
That was still terrifying for her.
Oh, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Like she wasn't even able to breathe properly.
Yeah, this is insane. But hey, but it shows how tough she is and how far she's willing to go through this mission.
Oh yeah, like even with
A
the
lot of people are like, oh, I don't know why she's going that far for this. Like, she's not going to get any credit for
Yeah.
being the first person in space.
Yeah, this
but, like-
this episode in general got me thinking, why do they hate vampires? What was the main thing they hate vampires in
It's
this?
just, but it's like I said, it's probably like the stigma of like
It's just misunderstand. They think that they're actually like human eating, like
yeah,
crazy,
monsters.
I mean it's again, this is like 1960 exactly, where like prejudice and like racism in general
It's
is
at
like
the highest,
rampant. Yeah.
it's highest
Mm.
peak.
It's not just it's not just in the United States, but just also even in like Russia and stuff like, or just anywhere in the world
Yeah.
in general. Like you're gonna have people that's gonna look down upon like other minorities and stuff. So
Yeah, exactly. Like
that's basically what vampires are
Yeah,
in this context.
she's a monster. She has feelings. That's not true.
Yeah.
She gonna kill me.
Mhm. Yep. Like, what do you mean? Like, don't worry about the safety procedures too much. You know, as long as she can go up there, doesn't matter. She can come down, and if she does come down, let's think of eliminating her, because then she would know too much.
Exactly.
So either way, Irina would just be screwed.
And there's a scene where I kind of felt sad. Was like, oh, why are you getting attached to her? Don't get attached to her.
Oh, you're not gonna go. It's not like you're gonna go to space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though Lev was like one of the most like promising cosmonauts out there.
Yeah.
We still don't know what happened with that whole thing.
Oh, no,
like,
'cause
why he attacked the director or
why he
whatever.
did it.
Yeah.
They're throwing more breadcrumbs now in regards to kind of like what his past was like, and they mentioned his teacher and like how his teacher was basically sent to the gulags. So
Okay. Yeah, that's just.
And
I hated that scene too. Like those guys were picking on him. It was like, oh, you threw everything away, bro. You suck.
yeah.
I feel sorry for the MC too.
Yeah. Oh, Lev's a good
Yeah.
character, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just, I love the passion with those two.
Yeah.
Like, it really shows, and like they don't give a damn like what other people think or what's ever gonna stop them to make sure that she goes to space.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. It's pretty powerful. And I sometimes forget she's a vampire.
Yeah, so she's pushing even harder after she saw the moon itself.
Which is
Mhm.
very beautiful. I do believe that. Like
I hope these two main characters get together and they're cute together.
I have a high doubt about that.
We'll
But
see how it ends.
That's just me being a negative Nancy, right?
Yes.
I gotta believe, damn it.
Yeah, don't just try not to like. I feel like with these types of shows, you want to make sure you want to keep your expectations down a notch, because that way you don't like set yourself up for failure.
You don't want me to get attached to her? That's what you
I
say?
mean, it's okay for you to get attached, but if you get yourself attached to the characters in the wrong if you're too optimistic, then I feel like that's definitely gonna let you down real hard.
Ouch. Just like.
Yeah.
Damn, I just thought they were cute together. Holy balls, boys. Y'all are
Whoa, what do you
in a
mean? Why
bad
would they-
mood or something?
Why would they be
Jeez.
cute together? They're not. Irina's not even a person.
She's a monster.
That's just a
Well,
code
the
name.
Lev,
for
she's
That's
a
just a code
person.
name for N44. That's just a subject.
But yeah.
But yeah, we're enjoying the show.
We're enjoying
Yeah.
the show. We're obviously keeping it as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're keeping a lot of shows. I think from this point, let's just say we're keeping the shows if you're hearing it this far.
One of them's gonna disappoint us soon, maybe.
Yes. But this show surprised me. It surprised all of us. And
Yeah.
hopefully more greatness comes. We have Takt Op Destiny, episode 3.
Also known as episode 2, part 2, because this is just another. I've said this to Josh and maybe a few others, but like, that's not a bad thing. But the flashback episode, I feel like if they wanted to, they could have just condensed it into like just one episode, because that's what it felt like to me anyway. It felt like just a continuation of just that flashback.
Like 2.5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I agree with you, because we're still in the same settings, and
Yeah.
this time we got introduced to Lenny and Titan.
Yes.
Which
I like them.
I love Titan. She's best girl.
I enjoyed both of them.
Yeah.
What about Leonard's? Like, what about Lenny's ara ara?
Oh, that was for the female friends.
Oh
alright?
yeah. Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
but he was there to help, man.
he was cool.
Yeah, he was cool. He was a cool dude.
He was a cool dude, and obviously he gave the whole explanation of what's going on.
Right,
yeah,
and the insight as to the fact that Cossette's no longer Cossette, but
Yeah.
it's Destiny now.
How do you
Yeah.
feel about that?
It's kind of sad, because like I liked her original personality like more, but I feel like for this type of show it does work though, because now there's like a goal, not just the fact that they have to get to New York, but also
so you're with the sister side, where like if we take her to New York, she'll get her.
no,
memories back?
I'm not looking forward to that, but I am but what I am getting out of this is that like we have a character that's just basically starting off from zero, and we get to see where the adventure is going to go and how far is this character going to grow.
Yeah.
And because if you think about it, it kind of works with, especially with the character like Takt, because Takt himself is also kind of like a recluse. Like he's also very like into himself. You know, all he cares about is music. So if you think about it, like Cossette's original personality was like completely opposite to him, and like you've seen that pairing like a lot. But like in this particular scenario, now she's just kind of like completely just
she's trying to play solo.
I like the fact that how the story ended up going with the title of the show itself, because now we learned Tak is our MC and Destiny is our
other character. Yeah, and she's OP, but for like the wrong reasons.
Yeah, because they have kind of a defect, right?
Yes, they have a very rare incident where it's how Destiny came in was very abnormal.
Yeah,
it's very first of its kind. So. And it shows also when they're in the fight and how he's getting injured because she's taking the life force out of him.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, they have to play a factor, which they showed in the first episode, if I remember. Like
they did, yeah, they did.
He has to eat more and stuff like that.
Even though he's like pretty powerful, it affects him more and more. He uses the ability with her.
But it's also real cool that they show like the fact that like Takt is. You know, when Cossette or Destiny or whatever, I'm gonna call her Cossette from now on.
Okay.
But when Cossette goes into battle, that she can basically just kind of like do it on the fly. She doesn't need Takt's help at all. And they even established that like, when she does that, because of her awakening being super abnormal and stuff, that's basically eating into your own life force.
Yeah.
And she's basically devouring your own life force.
Yeah, and
so that's not cool.
That is not cool at all. And we've seen it play a factor in first episode and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I guess right now their journey is to actually start working as one instead of one by itself.
Yeah.
One little thing that I really liked is the fact that it kind of because I don't think they established it when we were talking about it in the first couple episodes, because I did mention that like when they were driving over, like it looked like they were heading like past Las Vegas or whatever because of the formation. Yeah, and they actually mentioned that. I thought that was really cool. It's like, oh, we're gonna head up Las Vegas. And I'm like, yes.
No,
it kind of reminded me of that.
I like that too, where it ended up telling us, oh, they can't go down south because down south it's already destroyed.
Yeah.
Most of the areas down there is destroyed. That's why they're heading up to New York. So now we get why the map is ending up that way, because there's still life that side.
Yeah.
And that's why the D2s are up there.
And I love Titan. Like I said earlier, her weapon's interesting.
Oh yeah.
Lever rifle pump.
Yeah.
So
and the both of them work together.
They work very well, and to a point where Destiny got in the way.
Yeah, it gives you like a comparison to kind of like see how Takt and Cossette works versus how Titan and Lenny works. So.
Well, I feel like that's how they're supposed to be set up to actually work together. But right now, our MC and her
it shows like how they're both different, and hopefully they get to grow work together.
Yeah.
So we'll see in that, and I think we all agree we're keeping this show.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
All right then. We have Lupin the Third, Part 6, Episode 2. Man.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes is badass, dude.
Oh my god. When he went 1v1 against Goemon,
man.
my
god.
God.
Dude, he went with the whole squad.
He did, yeah.
He
No,
did.
but I'm just saying like Goemon in particular because like that's how this whole like started. And like Goemon is just like
he's a badass.
OP, yeah. He's like he could chop down like tanks and like planes in half, but then as soon as he goes up against Sherlock Holmes, nope.
But I like how Sherlock Holmes is OP, but it shows like how smart he is. Like they use his like what we know from his stories into action.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. It's fantastic.
You were right about the whole Watson being dead.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it, bro. Like why would Holmes take care of somebody, bro?
it's because they haven't said it explicitly, but it's basically Lily is John Watson's daughter.
Yeah.
It's
that was obvious.
And she was killed by Lupin, quote unquote, maybe.
Quote unquote.
Yeah.
What did I say?
I think that's just a misunderstanding because I don't think I've ever seen Lupin kill anybody.
But no, what did I tell you, Omar? Who do you think might be disguised as him? That I think.
Since this is Sherlock Holmes, who is Sherlock Holmes' rival in most stories?
I would say Arsène Lupin, but that's not the case. So
Oh.
you have to clue me in.
James Moriarty.
Oh yeah, Moriarty. Yeah, you're right.
So that is who I'm guessing our villain is, our true villain.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So I'm trying to play detective myself in this story. So
I like how this anime gives like a lot of like in the first episode there was a lot of stuff that wasn't explained, like about the poster and like where the room is and what they were talking about with that and stuff, and Lord Faulkner and his involvement in the case. But this episode like explains it a little bit when Zenigata goes into the room.
No, yeah, most
And
definitely.
they find the area with the poster, and they're like, "Oh, this is the black room they were talking about."
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about Lupin is that like in any given adventure, if there's like breadcrumbs or anything like that, like anything that happens, any particular scene that happens that kind of like leads up to a big payoff happens for a reason. Like it's not just gonna be thrown in randomly just because. Like it's going to get explained to you eventually.
Yeah,
if
like
you haven't figured it out.
like me in general, like
Yeah.
I love the fact that this show, like even though it has these kooky moments, this crazy
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like
things,
Zen
it
got
has-
his police car going up.
Oh yeah.
it has his moments of, you know, you got to think what's gonna happen next or what's
Yeah.
you know the
Yeah,
clue.
Like
you know?
Lupin does, like very much so in this episode.
Yeah,
Like,
when he
when
talks to
when he's
home.
packing up his stuff, he's like, "Why are you packing up?" Lupin is like, "Well, you guys kind of messed up."
Yeah.
like you know who we're fighting, right? You know who I just
Right.
awoken.
Yeah. It's not Pops. It's Sherlock Holmes.
It's the Sherlock Holmes.
Yes. And then Jigen's like, but we literally picked a place that's like out on the outskirts of London. You have to go through so many different like alleyways. The owner like already like packed his bags and left. We bought the house.
Yeah, Sherlock is wild.
No,
man.
Sherlock
Yeah.
is crazy, and I can't wait to see more of him.
I like that they did not hide the car. The car
No,
was,
they didn't.
Oh yeah, no, it's right there.
It was
Yeah.
just chilling there,
Just chilling
cut in
there.
half.
Yeah, that was probably the dead giveaway.
No, yeah,
but,
most definitely.
but you know, Lupin was like, "Oh, he can find you from the dirt on the floor. He has all the soil that he knows
Soil
exactly which part of
collections,
London
yeah.
it came from, everything." And I was like, "That's crazy."
That is insane. But hey, that's just how smart and just how witty Sherlock could be.
And charming too. You saw Fujiko?
Oh my! I know. I was shocked. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, she
okay.
was like, "Oh, Daddy,
Daddy
No.
Sherlock."
Daddy Sherlock."
The one thing I liked about it, that scene too, when Lupin and him are talking.
Oh, that was cool.
I'm not gonna take you down yet. Better leave out of England and leave her alone.
Yeah, leave Lily alone. And
That's
like,
all I care about. But
Yeah.
like, you know, if the authorities like, you know, need my help or whatever, I'll say it.
Yeah.
I'm not actively going after you, but if anybody else needs you know info on you, I'll give it to them.
Yeah,
I still work with the cops.
yeah. I'm still a detective,
Yeah.
Lupin. But yeah, that whole like, you know, with they're facing the gun at each other. And
I love it.
Lupin's so
That was
freaking
so cool.
That was so cool, man.
Lupin was like a omega badass in this
Yeah,
episode.
most definitely.
Like omega badass.
Yes, like how he just like lit his cigarette, pointing the gun at him, like
Oh, when he flashed him.
milliseconds, bro.
Yeah, when he
Yeah.
flashed him with the
With the lighter,
with
yeah.
the lighter, yeah.
Ooh, boy.
And the way he's so cocky,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
and like he's just like, "Yeah, man, I could take you down. No
Oh, but
problem."
when Zenigata came in and then like he was like, all right, well, might as well. You're
Might
not
as well-
gonna catch me, but I got bombs.
I like that he's like, "Oh, I gotta run, guys. Bye."
Blows up the
Flick
building.
dice.
No, yeah. But yeah, amazing episode. I think.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't imagine. I thought we were gonna slow it down, but they did, like in
Yeah,
a
they
way.
did, they
But it brought more hype. So I'm very interested to see where we're going with the third one, because now we left London
Yeah.
and
We're traveling
yeah, we're traveling.
because they
We're traveling.
they find out that Lupin has been to different areas because they
Oh,
took
yeah.
pictures.
So we will see. We will see what's going on with Lupin the game
Posted them on like their Facebook or something.
Yeah.
on the
Wait,
IG.
Wait, this ain't part 5.
We have Platinum End episode 3, and
Oh man, Mirai. Poor Mirai, man.
Yeah, man.
He got played
he got-
hard.
Hey, man. The one that played him was like the girl he actually liked.
It's true.
And it's
So-
funny.
I was really like kind of upset this episode because I just saw her just like him just be like, oh, I love you so much, and then her just be like completely silent. I'm like, oh
I
no.
think there's a reason. They're
No,
they're
well-
obviously building to a reason as to why.
What
They're-
the major reason that he got hit by the love thingy, even after.
No, yeah, the red arrow. Yeah,
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
we
yeah.
Red
know,
arrow.
but like,
Yeah, we
I'm
know.
guessing how like Josh is saying is like,
No, after.
how she was reacting.
how she's reacting, but I'm sure
Yeah,
they'll
how
explain
she
it.
was reacting, especially when he like broke away from the red arrow,
Yeah.
and he was still like, "Oh, I still love you," and then she's like,
Yeah,
eh.
She's trying to find her way too.
because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this.
We don't even know why because
Yeah.
it was said like, "Oh, you get an angel when you're like hate your life," you know.
Yeah.
So we don't even know why she got the angel, like what was wrong in her life.
I like how in a roundabout way that also explains as to why all the god candidates are all Japanese because Japan has a
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, when they mentioned that, I was like, dude,
Yeah, it's like, hey,
that's a roast.
I was like, why not Canada? Why not US?
oh yeah, because Japan is the one with the highest suicide rate.
That's crazy.
Hey man, make me a god candidate.
But, hey, it makes sense, you know. So
Yeah.
that's cool that they brought that up. They didn't have to, but you know,
They didn't have to,
Cool
but they
nod.
did.
cool. Not
They actually explained it like they took like something that usually in anime wouldn't be explained, like why are they all Japanese or why do they all like speak Japanese or something like that, and they actually explained it, which I admire. I'm like,
Oh my
that's
goodness.
good.
Mm.
I'm glad that you explained it.
Cannot expect anything less from the dudes that wrote Death Note. I'm sorry if that's gonna be like a common thing, but
Hey,
there's gonna
but
be.
there is a kind like our new angel. He's kind of has that aspect of like Death Note, like how he's just monologuing to himself. And,
Oh
like,
yeah.
thinking about everything, how he's gonna plan out stuff. But
Mhm.
you know, it ended up backfiring because
I also found it real cool because like they didn't reveal as to who he belonged to because I assumed it was Metropolitan.
yeah, me too. And then lo and behold, we get to this episode. It's like, oh, it's for the girl. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't see that coming.
Because that would have been really like interesting if it turned out that was actually his angel.
Oh, but we
Yeah,
found out.
we know Metropolitan's angel now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do now.
Ada.
Yeah, Ada angel.
Our angel, you know what I mean?
And I think at the end, like how he got the shield is because he got the Ada shield, you know?
Oh yeah. But I mean, like, okay, that cliffhanger is not a real cliffhanger.
No,
though.
it's
I
not.
mean, you could obviously tell they're in the same, like, what? Okay, Metro Blue, Metro Yellow. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man, they're trying to kill Metropolitan. Man. Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to fool there.
I think they just needed like some kind of segue because like this episode did have a lot like in terms of kind of like what was going on because like in the same episode where Mirai gets shot, the 33 days also passed too.
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that
When he was tied up.
yeah. Which makes me the question: was he tied up all 33 days, or like what happened there?
No, he was only tied up. He was only tied up the last day because
The last day.
usually if someone breaks out of the spell, like
They'll be
we saw
confused.
with the guy
Oh,
when he had all
yeah.
those girls under the spell,
Yeah.
they would just revert back to their previous thing, and that's what Nase was saying. She was like, "Oh, see, he's not aggressive because he's
Yeah.
happy where he is, you know, like he's like he still likes her,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
so
one
that's why he's
so-
not like, oh, why the hell did you shoot me or what am I doing here? Like this is weird."
Yeah, right now it's a one-sided love relationship.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah, it's mostly for
Yeah.
MC.
Because our MC's really he's happy.
No, because it's interesting too because like even when they were explaining how he wanted to be happy and he even mentioned that like, oh, we can share our happiness together, and then Saki just like straight up said, yeah, like happiness, but it doesn't have to be our happiness together.
Yeah, I
in
know. Like
particular.
it doesn't have to be with you. And
I'm
I'm like,
like-
I
dude,
was like,
she
damn.
just that's a damn poor guy, down bad.
I mean, she's blunt though.
Hey, yeah,
I mean,
you can always appreciate that.
yeah.
But it just hurted.
Yeah.
Hey man, she could have just
It hurt.
lied.
It hurt me.
Yeah, it hurt all. of
Like
us.
I was feeling for him. I was like, dude, this
Yeah,
poor guy.
She could have straight out lied to him
True.
without saying
He'd been
anything.
like, yeah, man, totally. I want to be happy with you for the rest of my life.
But
Yeah.
you
Get
could
married and have 5 kids.
you could notice from the character herself, like she's not like I was expecting her to be like happy,
Or like blushing and
blushy
stuff like that.
kind of
but
girl
Oh, no.
like that. No,
Complete opposite.
she's
She's literally
serious.
stone faced.
And
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear like what's her deal.
What's her inner demons?
Yeah.
Her
I
her
can't,
thought.
Yeah, it's definitely leading up to that, like
Mm.
where we get to hear more about. Or
That's-
maybe not in the next episode, but it's real soon though.
yeah, and especially since now that our main characters is her wings. So
Are we? Do you think we're gonna see the rest of the candidates, or is it just like one?
Oh yeah,
or-
most definitely. I
We'll-
mean,
we'll see him.
I mean,
know.
like next episode.
No, I don't. I
Just
don't.
one?
I think
it'll
some of them are
trickle
like
down.
not like in the story. You know.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like there's gonna be like 1 or 2 candidates, new other candidates, but there's like 11, and I don't think
Yeah.
they're gonna have all 11.
right off the
Like
bat.
I don't know. I've never seen Death Note. Maybe they have like a million characters going at the same time
No,
in that
no,
show,
no,
but
no.
No,
not
Death Note had a pretty like concentrated, like small core cast.
But I think like there's some disposable candidates that are just like gonna be one note characters that just get killed by Metropolitan
the-
Metropolitan or something.
Our guy that died.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Tony
like our guy that
Rodriguez,
died.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's one.
But hey, can't wait to see more. And
What a waste too, because his angel was voiced by Dio.
I know, what a damn shame.
Like I said, well, like we said last episode, he looked cool too.
Yeah,
It was a
I
cool
know.
He was a
angel.
cool
Yeah, his angel was cool.
but oh well.
Shame that he wasn't cool. He was lame.
It was
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, he didn't want to be there though.
Yeah, he didn't in the very beginning, so he won if anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ousama ranking, aka the
Oh,
ranking,
this episode was
the ranking
tough.
of kings, episode 2.
This episode was like just pain,
Yeah.
deep in my soul, pain.
It punched me in the gut.
It's you know
It
what?
a-
It punched
I
me in the
felt
gut,
like
beat
him.
me in the face, left me bloody on the ground like Boji when he was getting beat up by his brother. Like,
Yeah.
like
you know,
man, just
you know what made this
hurt.
you know what made this hurt even more though is that like it goes into painful detail into Kage's backstory.
Oh,
And you're
yeah.
thinking like, okay, backstory's over, we can get to the fight.
it just keeps going.
And
It
it's
just,
just like,
keeps going.
no,
The
the
pain
hurt-
never stops.
No,
The hurt keeps going.
I like the fact that it was going through the what's his name again? The little boy.
Kage?
Boji?
No, Kage.
Kage?
Kage? Yeah. The whole scene with him. Of course, we get his backstory. His backstory is kind of sad. Like,
It is
Oh
really,
sad.
yeah,
really
no,
sad.
absolutely.
It was so
It's
upsetting
horrible.
through the whole entire thing. He even sees his mother impaled in a way.
Mhm.
And that was so upsetting. I wanted to tear up that scene.
But
when
the
he saw-
biggest thing we
wanna
learned
kill
from
that
this
guy.
whole thing was that the fact that the bad guys, like, they look like they're the bad guys, but they're really not. Like, they're just, it's a
Uh-huh.
misunderstanding that they're like the assassin clan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they were before, but they weren't
Yeah.
when they were getting slaughtered. Like, clearly the bad people in that instance were the you know,
They
the
fl-
human clan.
Oh, yeah, the
if-
guy that had the marshmallow stuck in his mouth or that looked like it. Like
Yeah.
he looked like a complete cartoon
I
character.
hate that guy.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah,
most
he
definitely.
the dude had like
Oh,
like 6 of them on a stick, and it was just carrying them around like ritual
Trophies.
sacrifices.
Yeah, like trophies, pretty much.
Yeah, so they're
trophies.
they were technically acting like them in a way too. It was a reverse kind of thing
Yeah.
too.
And it's just
Well, we've actually never seen them like kill anyone, so like we don't even know if that's a thing or if that's just like, oh, our history is that we kill people. We don't even know because like the mom said, oh, we kill people, but like we never seen them do it. So
it blows my mind how like 2 shadow figures, right? It just like circles.
Yeah.
I have so much attachment for.
Right?
It's insane to me to react to that. Just like I'm watching Kage carry this little toy that he treasures so
Aw.
much.
oh my gosh, and he's trying to trade it for an apple, and
Oh,
everyone's
no.
ignoring him. Oh
And he
my
gets
god.
beat up and
They even like throw him away like a piece of garbage.
yeah.
They literally pick him up and throw him away. Like that's why I say like I don't think these guys were like really feared or anything, because people are just like nobody's scared of him, you know.
And then especially that scene where
Yeah.
he ends up getting picked by the guy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Even though he was a bad person, he took him in a
Oh,
way. And he would do like bad things like, oh, go rob for me and that.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah,
least
but he would give him like food and like keep him there, and like and he would. It
keep
was
him
cute
surviving.
because you would see him do bad
Oh,
things,
God.
but then you'd see him like one moment celebrating with him and like grabbing his little arms and
but
Yeah,
being
and,
like,
and
"Yeah, we
Kage-
did
and
it."
Kage cherished that moment. Like he remembered all those like little things, and like even in his last moment.
like even though
It's
Because
though
he had somebody, he
Yeah.
had somebody that he could rely on, and it
even though the guy was bad himself, he
and
finally
he tried to
realized
turn him in and stuff.
yeah, he finally realizes it at the end.
which
You know,
is
that's
always the worst time.
The worst
Yeah.
time. That because you see the man's tear too when he's fading away. You
Yeah.
just see the tear to the side, and I was
That's
like,
true.
oh man.
But yeah,
Did it-
that's just Kage's backstory, right? That's
And
just-
no, and it continues.
and it can
So we come back to that same scene where they're fighting.
Or Boji's like dodging all real. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
That was
like,
cool, man.
badass.
Yeah, that
And then
whole
they were,
s-
and then all those scummy ass adults were like, "Yo, he can't fight like this because he's winning. The other guy has to beat him." So then that stupid a-hole, friggin'
I'm not
like
I'm not gonna fault.
trainer or whatever.
Yeah.
He was like, he like signed to him basically, "Hey, stop your bullshit."
this isn't how a
and-
king fights.
No, yeah, that's I guess that's how his mentality is. Like, oh look, this.
a king should take blows and like do counters and stuff like that. That's what he.
But
was
then he just watched him get beat up and didn't
Yeah.
stop the fight, and then the guy watching it from the tower had to stop the fight because it was just getting like abusive. Like
Yeah.
he was gonna kill him.
It was tough, man. And
And nobody
And
cared.
I was like, dude, so you're gonna force him basically to stop his entire strategy and get almost killed, and then just watch and be like, yeah, I
Yep.
did a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
While Kage over here suffering over here, just seeing his little buddy.
Kage
get-
was us, man. He was
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
he was definitely us, and I fell for Kage because I felt like he jumped in. He tried to jump in. Like I wanted
He
to
would
jump.
have. Yeah.
He did. He was gonna jump in.
So we're gonna see what that guy does too, and especially in that room scene. No,
I hate going in the room with Boji now because I'm just gonna tear
Oh,
up
I
so
know.
badly. And I
Yeah,
did.
he was like trying to grab the sword and hold it. Oh my god, poor guy.
I
He
just-
doesn't know why people hate him, man.
But he doesn't give
just
up.
knows
And
they do.
And I think that this anime captures it so beautifully of our characters. Just he's trying his damn best, man. He's like
He was literally given like the hand of like the worst hand of life ever.
Yeah.
And he's just trying his best to live, and people are just so prejudiced against him that he's just like he never has a chance to do anything.
And
Mm.
I love how Kage like
the conversation between
Those two.
those two.
it was beautiful.
I know, because they're the same. They're both
They
they
are.
were both
Yeah.
being prejudiced against and never given a fair shot at life, basically.
It's bullshit.
And I love that because when I first saw this anime, I was like, dude, it's gonna be like I feel like it's like a Full Metal Alchemist thing where like this Kage guy's gonna like try to cheat him and blah 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 blah. But you know, I see like a real bond forming between
yeah.
them, and it's like really cute.
Yeah. So this episode was amazing.
This episode was amazing, especially like
Mhm.
once we get that revelation and that ending, man. I'm like, damn, these kids, man.
I know.
I want the best for them.
I know we all do, but we'll see. We'll see kind of where that tribulation and this future relationship's gonna take them.
I'm not ready, man.
Neither am I.
But yes, this episode was amazing, and I'm just saying it. We're keeping it, damn it.
Yeah, we're not even on episode 3, but
Yeah.
we're all in, man.
Yeah, we're all in, dude. It's just like both episodes were just fantastic. There's no way. Like,
I was not expecting an episode like this either, too, man.
this is
But it caught me off guard, and it caught me off guard good though.
This is such a good way.
such a good way, and then I can't wait to see.
That's how you develop a character.
Goddamn right.
Oh, yeah.
Next time we have is 86 Part 2, episode 15.
Yeah,
Episode
episode 15.
Can I just say when I watch this episode, this episode I know last podcast episode I said like, oh, I like this is kind of just a random, you know, thing. We're not getting a backstory of like the Federacy and stuff like that. Well, we did this episode.
They heard you,
happy
man.
that we got some
Yeah,
backstory.
I
about
think
this.
They heard you, man.
They heard you, Josh.
They heard me. They were like, okay, this guy, he needs some backstory. He needs to know what's going on. And you know what? I got it, and I'm all in again, man. I'm like, yeah, that gave me some faith.
See, this is where I also thought in my head too, because I was thinking of Paladins. Like
Yeah.
in this show, literally, like they were talking, but they were the story itself was really interesting.
Yeah.
The whole thing, what was happening there, how they think, how the 86 thought, you know, like how they
Yeah.
are perceived and everything. I'm like, wow.
I love the fact that they even get into that like even in this new like country that's supposedly treating them like, you know, giving them a better life and everything, they're still being prejudiced for being 86. They're still recognized as
They're still calling them
still
freaks for
86,
being like war machines and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that too, because then they're still in that mindset. It's like they don't accept us. Like we're still freaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also their weapons themselves, the tanks
Juggernauts,
things,
yeah.
they're like, we gotta change these aren't good. That's why you guys have all these deaths, you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
these
Yeah,
slow-ass
because
tanks.
they're slow.
Yeah.
And I love how one of the Winslow, that girl, like the one promoting the new tanks, she
Mhm.
even says herself, it's like, yeah, I'm glad you guys are doing good because these damn old units blow.
Yeah, the Juggernauts
Yeah.
are way better.
But even the 86 said, boy, your new units kind of blow as well.
Yeah, no,
They're
that's
kind of
true.
bad.
That's true. Shin does not pull punches when he's
I
fast.
love-
He's like,
I
your
like
units
that about it.
are shiny metal coffins. Like,
Yep.
we're gonna die in them.
Yeah.
I look at
They
Eugene.
have no safety.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but this episode I really enjoyed for the conversations we
Oh,
were
yeah.
having with the.
Like this episode
and
didn't have any actual
I-
action, but it
gosh.
definitely made more than made up for it with this conversation and world building.
I think it's fitting itself. It's the calm before the storm,
Yeah.
most definitely, because you know we're
Frederica's backstory was just really sad.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't expecting that. Like, you know, the girl is so, like, you know, kind of like aggressive but happy and, you know, confident in herself and everything. But her whole backstory, like, her entire family died, and the only reason that she's alive was because Ernest kept her as, like, hidden because he was like, I can't kill a child and stuff like that.
hmm
But it was like, I don't know, it was really sad to hear, like, oh my gosh, they literally murdered the entire royal family.
Yeah.
Which, it makes sense, they did a bad thing by unleashing the Legion, but, like, it just reminded me of, like, 1970s France or something, like the French Revolution.
1970s.
And I was like,
France?
dude.
Wait.
Yeah, and I think my favorite part is that both of them, both are the Reaper dude
Mhm.
and her were like, they had the same kind of thought, you know, but with the soldier himself, like the brother and the
Kiri,
Kiri, yeah.
they both relate to that, like, you know, losing somebody to the Legion. But like with this case with Kiri, he's like he had nothing left. He went insane, and it was like even
Yeah, he lost
there's
everything.
like, there's like
that
little
was important to
glimpses
him.
of when you see him, and it's like it's insane.
I've also found it like really clever. Like they didn't reveal right away as to what he looked like, so we're just going off of
Her story.
Frederica's story and drawing.
Mhm.
That's, you know, she's a little kid, so she's not gonna like draw stuff super accurate.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I like when she shows the picture and he's like, which one is
Which
him?
one's me?
And she's
Yeah.
like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
you can't tell.
I like, so our MC and her have something in common too.
No,
they,
most
they,
definitely.
they kind of
Oh, yeah.
like write their stuff too, because he has his journal and he has her art book, you know.
Her photo albums too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that.
Yeah, she takes pictures and just like saves them. It kind of reminds me of our boy that came back the last episode, even though we had a whole episode of him dying.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jesus. And I like how they still talk about him. It was like, yo, like, yeah, I went in his room. All he had is pictures of sister and stuff.
I was
Yeah.
like, damn.
Yeah. Sad. And then if we didn't find more sadness, you know, that ending clip,
Did you guys see the ending clip?
our girl of her, what's happening with her
Yeah.
squad.
So we ended up getting a final little scene at the
It's
end
very,
of the
it's
ending.
very glimpse.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even see that, honestly, guys, and
Oh,
I
no?
watched to the end.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's okay. So you know how like she has a full new squad, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's repeating. It's repeating itself again.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Like she literally is losing
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. No. You're right. Yeah, because they were showing like the little pieces. Yeah. You're
Mhm.
right.
So she's not having a good time either. So
Yeah. No, it makes
Well,
sense.
it was interesting too because there was a small tidbit of information there, and it made me think this is why we haven't heard from her. It's because when you know the kind of leader girl was talking to all of them in the room, she was like, "Oh, we reached out to all of the countries out there, and we received two answers from countries, but the other countries we don't know if they're still alive and whatnot, including the Republic. The Republic never reached out to them." to say
Yeah,
if they
that
were
makes
still
sense.
alive.
That makes sense.
So that was like, ooh, what is going on over there?
Not good.
Yeah, because we don't know what's in the front yet, since they haven't been in battle, right?
No.
Yeah, so like we're just seeing them train, right? Like
Yeah.
the Republic could be in dire straits right now.
That's true.
We don't know until our next episode.
But I like that little touch at the
No,
end
yeah,
of the,
it was very
the
like,
ending.
and, you know, we beg the question like, what's happening there? You know.
And it is really cool that like, because right now, like timeline wise, we're already in like July. Like I love like paying attention to like all the timelines and stuff. I was like, oh, this is July 30th, 2149. Because originally the last toss time in the first episode of part 2, and we saw them, it was like December 1st, 2148.
Yeah, so it's been like half a year.
Half a year, yeah. We still haven't seen kind of like what's going on with Lena and on her end.
And the war.
In the war itself, yeah.
Hey man, war never changes, right?
Hopefully they get them tanks better. Because they
Yeah.
need that upgrade.
We will see.
Yeah, that's
We will
true.
see. We have Mushoku Tensei, also known as Jobless Reincarnation. I will seriously try this time. Episode 3. Oh no,
Rudy.
part 2. No, season 2. Whatever you like to call it.
Yeah.
Episode 3.
Rudy of the Jungle.
This was so funny to me. I watched this like right before the podcast. We started it, and it was so funny for me because I was just like watching him be like kind of advertise his house like it was on a listing.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, yeah, the rent is free. There's some bugs here. The toilet's awesome. You just poop in a hole.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then he's just naked, just walking around.
Naked for
And
a
I'm
whole
like,
week.
this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
I like that. Like, you know, instead of saying, "Oh, I'm in a prison," like you get creative with it. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was.
And that's what I love about Mushoku Tensei too is the monologue is never boring. Like
it has
say
a-
what you want about him being a despicable, awful person, but he's funny in his monologue. Like he's
Yeah,
just like
and
a
it has
character.
and all of that has a reason as to kind of like what it is, and then like in with the world building itself, like this just proves it right here. The fact that like we know nothing about like what the beast people's like world is like or anything like that, but then all of a sudden you see like the lush jungles and everything
Yeah.
like that. You pretty much get a feel for what their culture's like right off the first couple minutes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
The only thing that is boring is that he's bored of being in there for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just glad it was only like one episode. Like it was just a one and done episode. That was it.
The thing that I found funny was the
talking about
introduction of the gambler guy.
Yeah, geese.
Geese,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Geese was
Yeah,
God.
he's cool. I like him. And then he was
Yeah.
like giving him a massage, and it was really sus.
Oh yeah.
And,
very-
Oh, it was
and
more,
the, like,
more
the guard
sus.
ladies like looking like, what is going on over
What
there?
is going on?
It was more sus towards the end once they get out of it.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was very
Yeah.
weird. But
Yeah, he like when I guess once we get through the fireplace the
oh yeah, the whole village.
Oh,
is
the
on
village,
fire.
Village is
the village
on
burning
fire.
down. Because hey, those smugglers, they're back at it again.
yeah,
Yeah.
the crazy thing is that we didn't notice it until they finally turned. Like
Yeah.
everything was nonchalant until they finally get
Yeah.
to.
I know
the
everything
gate.
was nonchalant, and then it just like slowly is like, I smell smoke. I see a bright light. Like, what's going on here and stuff like that. And then it was just boom, everything's on fire, and they're like, oh, this is our chance to escape. And I like this part too because it was like, you saw the internal struggle, and this is where I was gonna say with like David when he was like, oh, you know, I don't like him as a character. I'm like, but he's growing. Look, he would have just in the first season he would have just left them, dude. He would have just went and saved his own butt.
That's true.
But now he's like, no, I'm gonna save the kids because that's what the dead end squad would do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it happens twice as well. Like, you know, when Gladys, the cleaner,
Oh yeah.
he's like when we see his like true potential, which blew my mind. I was like,
Oh yeah. He wasn't just like
And-
any common like
smuggler.
smuggler or whatever.
And-
Like this dude could fight.
Oh, he was a trained fighter, like, and
Yeah.
that's really cool too because you kind of learned about one of the other sword styles. Like, we already knew 2 sword styles, but you learned about the other third
The
one.
Northern
here.
Wind.
And
yeah.
he's a disgusting man too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so I'm glad we got.
I also like this show because it does not shy away with like taboo, like gross topics that actually
Yeah.
do happen in
Yeah.
the real world. Like,
Yeah.
Like it full on just goes. Like he says what these beast children are used for, like pretty much to your face, and it's like that's disgusting. But honestly, everyone was thinking it when they saw them smuggling children. Like everyone was thinking it. That's probably what they're doing with it. So and the anime just is like, yeah, you're thinking it, so we're just gonna say what they're doing with them.
In my head, I was like, in that that moment, I was like, I wish he just dropped that thing on his head. You know, the vase lands like directly into his head.
Yeah.
I thought of that moment. I was like, you saved him, but I wish it just
would have knocked him out. Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason, like the butterfly effect, man. Like if they didn't get smuggled, they wouldn't have met the beast men. It would have been the decoys, and they wouldn't have been able to save them. And now they have a whole clan.
Yeah, it's true.
But I like that scene too, because it got me back to remembering that episode where that happened.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then like I don't know, just this whole episode was really great. It was nice seeing. It was really cool at the very end seeing like Eris like. It's like a kind of a sad story, but she was just so excited to tell Rudy about her life that she was just like making it all happy and stuff. And I was like smiling because I'm like, this is so cute. Even though it was like a traumatic moment probably for her, she was just like so excited that Rudy was there again.
Yeah.
That she was back with him, that she just had to tell him.
If anything, Rudy is a bad person, but the people near him are changing him. In a way,
I think Rudy's a really great anti-hero because he's a terrible like person like for his values and his like personality, but he's like he does the right things when it counts, right?
Yeah,
like saving the village and stuff,
saving those kids.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he changes his life later on.
Hey, but that ending,
there's a journey, right?
Where she's like, yeah, I can't wait to tell my grandpa about all this.
Oh my! And then it just shows him being beheld.
Yeah, that was such a like, what? Why?
Also, that was a really like sad scene too, where they're just showing him outside the windows, and then it just shows him getting his head cut off, and then his head rolls to the other window.
Yep.
But like you told me, Omar, he
wasn't a good guy either.
Yeah, he wasn't a good guy either.
That's true.
So
no one in the show is a good person. Literally, no one in the show is a good person.
Except your girl. Except your girl.
I mean, she wasn't even a good person in the beginning. She was a little brat in the beginning, but now she's a good person.
Roxy's a good person. Anyways,
Roxy's a good person.
Well, we'll see more on Mushoku Tensei. We have The Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated, episode 12.
This episode
I like how Omar says that. He's like, the Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated.
Hey man, that's how I imagine Jahy would say it.
That is exactly how she would say it.
Yeah, I like this episode a lot. Like, I like that we further build on Jahy's like relationship with like humans, and in this case Kokoro in particular. Like the fact that she's just in constant denial of like, I'm not seeing her as a friend. I'm just seeing her as like one of my loyal subjects. That's it.
This was really good character development for Jahy, because she was like still having that ego, but it was like less. Like it was like you could tell that the ego was weakening, because there was more times where she was like valuing her as a friend than like as a servant.
Oh, especially when she got what was happening in the situation with the two older men with the little girl.
Oh yeah,
she got terrified.
Yeah, and she rushes to save her because she's like, oh my gosh, what are they doing with her? Like, are they gonna hurt her?
Yeah.
And
it's just a big misunderstanding.
And then he gets a little goofy with the police chase and stuff, but that was a really nice moment.
It was so adorable at that point. The misunderstanding too.
That's Jahy being Jahy, man. She's like,
it's always when she's like in her adult form, when like the cops like are just there.
Yeah, because the cops are always, that's like the running joke, because her adult form's like super lewd. Yeah. And the cops are like, what's this lewd like woman wearing this barely anything on in public around children?
Around this little girl.
Oh yeah, around children. That makes it even worse.
She grabs Kokoro's hand, and Kokoro knows it's Jahy because she showed her true form. But but it was like, it's just funny seeing this adult woman in like this lewd outfit, like holding a child's hand and running around with her, like, bruh.
And what was funny too is that the cops already knew that.
Oh yeah.
They contact the landlord.
They gotta contact the landlord.
Yeah, they were like, "What is wrong with this person? Okay, let's just contact the landlord, get slap a fine."
And Jahy's like, no, don't do that again.
Because my landlord's gonna kick my ass.
Yeah. And
But the second half is all about life as a dog.
This was really weird.
That was weird.
It was kind of wholesome because it was like, oh, I shouldn't be afraid of Jahy. Jahy's actually a nice person, but it's just weird how they did it.
Well, it's because
Turned her into a dog.
It's because her whole thing is that like she uses potions and stuff, and
Yeah.
like she can turn into other things. Because the first episode she just morphed into Jahy, and now in this one we originally wanted Jahy to drink the
She just
potion.
drank it.
Yeah,
she drank it by accident.
Yeah, she was reaching for the tea.
Yeah. Right next to the post.
He literally didn't even put it down. She just kept holding it and then drank it.
yeah.
I'm like, what do you do? What's wrong with you?
Poor girl.
The worst scientist of all
Yeah.
time.
She can't catch a break. But she's trying, damn it.
She's
But then
clumsy
she
girl.
it got kind of weird because she was like, I really liked being ordered around by Jahy as a dog, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
She's trying to be like Daruja now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
and then we get a little bit with our with the sister, the landlord herself.
Oh, when she
Yeah,
Yeah.
take
because she
shit
was
about-
originally scared of her. But she's like, "Oh my gosh, she's gonna take my money again!" Like it doesn't occur to her that wait a minute, these forms I'm taking, it's not attacking me. It's attacking like Jahy, or oh, it's attacking like oh, I'm a dog now. So like, why would she want money from me as a dog?
Yeah.
I find it really interesting too because
Yeah.
we have like a lot of dynamics going on with the characters. Like, for example, this girl is like scared of Jahy,
Yeah.
but Jahy doesn't notice her.
No.
No.
But Jahy is really scared of the magical girl, but the magical girl doesn't notice her.
Yeah.
So you've got like a bunch of different like character relations going on that are like complicated and like they don't even really know like each other. Like,
One-sided?
they're not really interacting. The only two people who are interacting is Daruj and Jahy.
Oh, and we completely skipped
Oh, the
over.
landlord. No, I mean the
Oh, the
No,
beginning?
we
the boss
completely
and the
skipped over the beginning with the whole like monocrystal and how like overthinking.
How too
Jahy was
easy
doing.
it was, right? How
Yeah.
too easy. There's gonna be a bomb
I'm
there.
so glad they didn't explain how it got there or anything like that. It's just
It's just there.
it was just there.
It's
Yeah.
just there chilling. And I like how the mom she comes in. She's like, oh, I'll just grab it. But then Johnny comes and saves her. She's like, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
that's how much she's changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Character development. She can deny it all she wants, but she's growing attached to
Yes.
the humans.
The humans.
Humans.
Those damn humans.
And yeah, just more Jahy being Jahy. It keeps getting funny and
Good times.
and maybe we'll see the Demon Lord next episode. I don't know. Well, honestly, I'm just in for the ride.
Yeah, honestly, like I don't mind if we don't see the Demon Lord for a while because like we're it's a good time.
Yeah, I'm having a ball.
Don't stop me now.
Yeah. Our next anime, actually. The Dragon Quest Die, episode 54.
Oh man.
Oh man, Haller versus Baron.
Yeah, but hey, no, not the real fight, not yet.
No, this is
This is just the preamble. This is just okay. The training wheels are still on
yeah.
because I don't want to do this in front of Die.
Yeah. Dino.
Dino, yeah, Dino.
Dino. I like to call it part one.
Part one, basically, yeah, where
Yeah.
it's like we see Baron and Dai pull up all the stops. Still not working though.
No.
By the way, what do you think of the whole Kilburn explanation with the fact that like his magma blood apparently like weakened the blade?
Man, I thought it was bogus.
It
but
was super bogus because even Hadler was like,
What?
The hell? Like,
Yeah.
that should
I
have
didn't-
cleaned my head clear off."
Yeah, like that's some BS.
I got
but,
some Demon Slayer vibes with that one, but it's like, okay, his head.
but it
head's
just
still
sucks because I know we're not gonna see Giga Break no more.
on. No,
Damn. That's such a
not for
Good
for
looking
a little bit
move.
at least. Oh yeah.
damn it. Can't believe-
But I like the whole father son moment
Yes.
that we
Yeah,
had
it's
with them.
powerful.
The fact that they're covering for each other and everything, and I like the fact that like we get like insight as to kind of like how Dai got his name from
Oh,
Brass in
yeah.
the first place, because his baby carriage originally had the D on there.
Yeah.
So all Brass did was just fill in the blank. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't know what your actual name is, but I'm gonna go with Dai. 'Cause
Yeah.
It starts with a D.
Exactly. And I thought it was sweet. I was like, okay, that makes sense why he wasn't called Dino. in the beginning.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Where well, like I told Omar, I'm getting this sense that we're about to lose Baron. With all this information we're getting,
I
we're
I
gonna-
can see where you're
Definitely
coming
gonna
from.
lose Baron. He's definitely
yeah.
gonna die.
I know, but I just don't want to accept it. Damn it.
But at the very least, like the next episode is gonna give us something like super duper entaring because we got.
It's gonna be an epic battle. That's all I
Yeah.
care
To the
about at this
death.
point.
And it's Sparrow's a cool character, man. I don't want him to go. Especially when he went to the ultimate Dragonoid form. Ooh, yes, sir.
I know. It is what it is.
He put Dai to sleep because he's like, I don't want Dai to see me in this form.
Yeah, because it terrified him.
I do like the transition of like you see Baron's like red blood turn into like the demon like green blood. That was really cool.
That was dope. Yeah, it was cool. And it's just little moments like that. It's like how Baron putting Dino to sleep, and he goes with a flashback where it's like, oh, I can't put him to sleep, honey. Like, can you do it?
I know. Oh my god, that was
so
sad.
wholesome. Yeah, man. And then he goes back. He's like, yeah, you're right, honey. I can't put him to sleep.
Man.
Oh my god, man. I don't want to see this battle happen, man. I do. I just don't. I know. Like
You're not ready for it.
I'm not ready, man. I'm not ready. I wanted to see Dino and Baron combos, man.
Yeah, but it's not his time. Like you said, like in his promise is like, oh, you better take down Veron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Vern, yeah.
Yeah,
And I'll
save
deal
your-
with him.
yeah. Save your friends.
Yeah.
Baron's such a cool character, man. I hate this. But yes, we're gonna get part 2 of this epic battle, and Hadler, just respectable, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like now that Hadler's become a supreme being, like he's so much more like at the very least he's so much more tolerable than he was before.
Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way a lot.
He would have done like a lot of cheap shots, done magic spells from here to there.
He was a loser.
A sore loser.
Yeah.
Sore loser.
And I
bad
like the
guy.
fact that like they acknowledge that too. Like he was a loser, but now he's like, okay, no, playtime's over.
Yeah.
Now I'm being like legit serious now.
Yeah, someone's gonna die.
Yeah, because he was just a comical villain at first.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't take him seriously because like every other villain they introduced was like leagues better than he was.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Like Flazar in the beginning.
Like even Baron, like he was like, oh no, Baron.
Yeah. That's very true. That's very true.
But now he witnessed the power.
Oh yeah,
Oh man, a Giga Break. I just gotta say it again. That Giga Break, that was amazing.
I know.
So lit.
Like I said, I like that scene where he smacks him, like when he was gonna get close to
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
He's like, nope.
Bam! Just quick reaction, bro. That was
Uh-huh.
sick.
Yeah, I like when he just kicks him into the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
that was really cool.
That's my favorite part because he's like, get out of the way, and then he just kicks him in the wall.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
like,
thought it was
oh,
really
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that's my son, damn it. That's Dino.
He jumps around it too. The names, like he bounces.
Yeah, he goes back and forth between
We,
Die
we,
and
we
Dino.
know we know about Dino, but do we know about Dino?
Dynamite. Excellent.
But
yeah, with that, I'm anticipating for this part 2 or epic conclusion of this battle. But yes, we're gonna move on to news, our new segment, and we're gonna start with the Uncharted trailer. It finally dropped within this week, and
Yeah.
what'd you guys think? What'd you guys think of the Uncharted trailer?
Man, all right. So the poster itself was okay. So hearing the news was super uncanny. Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. Seeing the poster still felt unreal, and I'm gonna say it. The trailer still feels unreal. Like it still doesn't feel like it feels like a fan trailer, and I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm not saying this against.
hey man, no wait. There's a fan trailer that looks nice. I don't know if you've seen that fan trailer, right?
I might not have, but
No?
I'll watch it. I'll watch it later. But no, I mean like I'm not doubting Tom Holland's ability to act.
No.
I'm just thinking that like this is just a weird casting.
You
And
wanted an
especially-
older version, huh?
No, yeah, most definitely because I get it. Like, no, Nathan Drake himself, he's not super old or anything like that.
Yeah.
Especially if you go from like, Uncharted 1 or 2. But like, even if you advertise this as a prequel, then, it would have made sense. But like seeing the trailer, it's like they're taking elements from Uncharted's 1, 2, and 3.
No, all of them.
All of them, yeah, pretty much. And it's like
Just-
it's weird, and I'm like, it's cool, but I don't know. Like Tom Holland is like a weird choice still.
Yeah, because the vibe I'm getting from is like Uncharted 4, like the whole
Yeah.
prequel introducing him as younger with him and his brother.
Right,
Because
right.
they dropped the knowledge like, oh, we mentioned about his brother, which was never mentioned in the first 3.
No, it wasn't. No.
until 4.
Yeah.
So they're trying. I guess they're trying to do that first. Like let's
Yeah.
do the prequel of Uncharted, and then we get to the grand adventures.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But it's weird because it's like you said, the whole action piece of Uncharted 3 being in here. I'm like, oh, this.
yeah.
Why are we doing that one first? Like, what about Uncharted 2 with the train? Like that was amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that was
That's like-
brilliant.
Yeah. So
Or like even with one in the boat.
yeah, that's actually really cool too. But
Or when they were on the German plane.
there's so many great scenes in Uncharted.
Yeah.
So them making a movie is not like not uncanny. Like it was bound to happen.
It
right?
was honestly, yeah. I mean, like even like back on the PS3, like I remember like back then when I was playing and like I showed my mom, she thought it was like a movie.
Yeah, it felt like very Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the characters, Omar?
Mark Wahlberg's weird.
It's confirmed that Mark Wahlberg
Is
is Sully. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have been.
should-
Okay, I get Mark Wahlberg is older,
Yes.
but he also would have been a good pick for Nathan Drake.
Yeah, I think so. Like right off the bat, and then bring Tom Holland, like for
Yeah.
the younger version. Yeah, I could see that. But hey, this is what PlayStation decided to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is by their production, so
Yeah.
So we will see. I need to see more.
I'm cautiously wary.
Yeah.
I'm cautiously wary. I'm not saying because based off of the set pieces, like they've definitely like they're doing their homework obviously
Yeah.
because this is PlayStation. This is
Yeah.
their baby. But I don't know. I feel like casting choice is still a little weird.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's sad news.
yeah.
Unfortunately, this week we've heard the news of Chris Aries. If you don't know by the name, is the iconic voice for Frieza in the
Yeah.
dub, and it's just very legendary.
It's really interesting because Chris Aries, he represents an interesting piece of Dragon Ball history in terms of dubs, because he wasn't the original like voice that we grew up with. We grew up with I guess Linda Bailey, I think her name is, or like basically it was a woman,
Yeah.
and she was the original voice actress that played Frieza, and that she was basically like the childhood like Frieza. But up until like maybe 2010 or so, like that's when Chris Aries came in.
over.
And honestly, I'll say this, even with like nostalgia bias, I think Chris Aries is like
No,
the best choice
Yeah,
for
I
Frieza.
think he nails it, especially when you see the movies. Like,
Oh, absolutely. Broly, like he was fantastic.
yeah, it was amazing. And I have a personal story with him. I mean, I've seen him in real life and Anime Expo, and it just sucks that I won't see him anytime soon.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And how did he pass away again?
I'm not sure.
That's still unknown. But unfortunately, he passed away at the age of 56.
That's
No,
young.
it says it right there.
Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease.
Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, also known as COPD.
Yes.
That just is like that's a respiratory thing.
Yeah.
It's a like a disease that comes on later in life, and I know people who've had it, and it's a disease that comes on later in life. Basically means that your lungs are just not functioning well at all.
Yeah, that's
There's like
very-
fluid buildup or something in your lungs.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Very unfortunate, and his work will be remembered. It's still
Most definitely.
So it's just tough to see one go, and wish condolences for the family and friends. And
Absolutely.
may he rest in. Next news, anime news. This was unexpected.
Oh yeah.
New Gridman Universe project.
The Trigger revealed the new Gridman Universe project.
Yeah, I think it's really cool because like this just kind of shows that Trigger is definitely going balls deep into the idea of like just expanding this universe, because obviously we had Gridman and then we had Dynazenon.
Yeah.
So now it's like, what comes next?
Yeah, it's like the thought of it is like, are we doing those two actually crossover, or are we doing another universe and where we see those two universes also
Right.
cross over, like we saw with Dai and Xena with Night.
Yeah.
So that is cool, and I like the little picture they show, like, you know, both their feet, and it's like, who is next, you know?
Yeah.
I like that Trigger's continuing the
project.
the grid project in general.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, we liked both installments of the Grid, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited. I can't wait to see. And you know, Trigger's obviously done a great job with it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're excited, let us know.
Yeah.
Yes.
This, like we said, this season. I mean, this
This winter.
this winter.
This winter, yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna see some
and we're gonna cover it for sure.
most
Yes.
definitely.
Just like another show.
We don't know the name of it, but it will be revealed soon.
Mm-hmm.
Next anime news, a big one. Pretty
Oh.
huge for us. And
All
so
right.
with that being said, Mob Psycho season
I love
3
Mob Psycho.
is, you know, we're getting to season 3 and with the new director, but we have no fear with the new director because he has done an episode for Mob Psycho season 2 and his work is pretty promising. He's yeah.
No, yeah, like the other show, he also did episode directing for Skate the Infinity. That was a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, skate was a lot of fun.
Yeah, even when it was skating, the movements and all of that was amazing.
Yeah, it was
So-
amazing.
Yeah, it did not need to look as good as it did.
Yeah.
When they did their battles, right?
Oh yeah.
And the comedy itself had it in the show too. So
Mhm.
I feel like even if he did only like episodes each, like I think he still has it for the
Yeah.
third
Because
season.
The beauty of Mob Psycho is that like its style is very simplistic because obviously this story is more closely resembling One's work than One Punch Man did, and because of how simplistic the art style is, like the animations could just go balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
insane.
it's still the same cast. We're getting
Oh, yeah.
everyone back. Everyone's returning back,
Yeah.
other than the director itself.
Mm.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah,
man, it's one of those cases in this anime, like, where season 1 built the foundation of it and it was amazing,
Oh,
but
season
season
two.
2 is like,
It
wow.
was so good.
Like, you know, like a lot of anime season 2s, they're just
And Bones is still is still working on the show,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're not doing another JC staff.
oh
God, thank
jeez,
God.
thank God.
You ruined One Punch Man.
But yes, we are excited to see when this
I was so excited when this news came out.
yes.
Yeah. Oh no, we all were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it next year, right? That was confirmed, or it just was
It
announced.
just announced.
It's
Okay,
announced.
hopefully next year. we will see. We will see. Final news: Kaguya-sama, Love Is War season 3 has been announced,
Yes.
and
And it's gonna debut
is-
too.
it's gonna debut spring
Yeah.
next year.
Yep. Just like season 2 was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Debuted spring last year.
that is
Our
true.
very first season of
Of
the
anime.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, go check it out. You know,
Mhm.
of our opinions of Love Is War. But yes, we're very excited. You know, we get to return with our favorite lovable cast.
Uh-huh.
I'm ready for the comedy, man.
Oh yes,
Oh,
it's
my
very
goodness.
solid. So
I'm curious what the subtitle's gonna be because I remember it was the first season was Love Is War with the exclamation point, and then the second season was Love Is War with the question mark. So
it's gonna have both.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait. This is just amazing. That's just such amazing news this week.
I
Other
know.
than, you know, obviously the passing of the voice actor. But yes, animes keep on chugging, man.
I know. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I can't hold my excitement for it.
And we got the announcement that's coming. We know when it's coming
yeah,
out
we
too.
know when it's coming out.
Mhm.
So, whew, I cannot wait.
Fingers crossed. No delay.
Oh, don't say that. You just jinxed it.
That's right. Fingers crossed, man.
Knock on wood.
Cross.
Oh,
There.
there we go. All good stuff. But with that, if you made it this far of the podcast, thank you so much. You know,
Yep.
we appreciate you listening all the way. And with that, my duelist, I'm your duel master, Omar.
And I'm the king of games, Robbie.
And this is David.
And this is Josh.
And don't forget to obelisk that like button, slifer that comment, Wing Dragon Raw the subscribe button, and don't always obliterate the notification bell. And with that, duelists, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.